Well, I say every day it's a getting closer to taking a bath with my fucking toaster.
We're not qualified.
Explorers in the further regions of experience.
Did you not listen?
Then the hell with you.
Greetings, salutations, and welcome to the 181st episode of Screaming Into the Void, the show where we talk about whatever the hell we feel like, and we're gonna do that today. We're gonna talk about what we feel like, and by we, I'm using the royal we here. I mean me. So,
we.
Yeah, welcome in everybody. My name is Samuel the Infamous, and joining me today we have Caucasian Sasquatch.
What did I do? Did I do something wrong?
Well, you showed up
Always.
So.
Okay.
And we also have the lovely Anna's Gameland.
Meow meow.
I'm gonna take that lovely shit back. Start with that cat shit. And we also have with us Abe.
Howdy, folks.
Who is currently simping for a man in makeup, which we'll get into.
Fuck's sake.
Just, I have to, right? This is like internet rules, man. I don't even have a choice about this shit. I don't even want to do it, but I have to. So welcome in, everybody.
Fine.
Right? We are live currently on Twix, Rumble, and two separate YouTube channels, Caucasian Sasquatch and Samuel the Infamous. If you're in any of those places, drop a comment. Let us know you're here. And we'll do our level best to acknowledge you as we proceed with the conversations. First up, we got Scotty Waddles over here on the Caucasian Sasquatch side. And I only say that because on the other side, we've got Laurence Knight claiming to be first. Scotty was in before you were. He was just on the other
Scotty
side.
Is everywhere all the time.
Right? Oh, we also have Arden Party in the chat with us. Good to see him, brother. Anna's Gameland. I see Abe's gonna get you. There's a Clifton 3D in the chat. Howdy.
Hello.
Squirrel Sniper 138, which, I mean, that's a pastime. Sure. I'll come in. Got Old Blindy in the chat. Howdy. There's a Caucasian Sasquatch. I freaking neglected to bring him up on there, but that's fine. You can see his face. It's cool. We got Cool Gamer 2692. Welcome in. So, anywho, today, like, I know the whole world is burning down and everybody's like talking about very specific topics all the time. We're not doing that today. We're going to avoid those topics and we're going to have some fucking fun for the most part, except for the Goth Daddy stuff. That will kind of lean into that a little bit, but mostly it's about Abe's obsession with a man in makeup.
Go fuck yourself.
No, sir. We know what you want to do.
Yeah. So, anyhow, welcome in, everybody. If you're new here, this is we don't really have like a format here. Shit goes where it goes. So, buckle up, bitches, and thank you for being here. Anywho, I think the first thing that's got to be talked about, right? Is this is the first link, right? Sasquatch. That I'm about to pop up on the screen.
The hell kind of shit are you talking about, bro?
The link that you have Reddit here, that's the first one.
The first one, as far as I know, that's the Florida level 10,000.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's the one.
Okay, so I saw this. This isn't really like a topic so much as I saw this, and now you have to because it's kind of awesome. I believe the caption was something like, like millions of years of evolution undone by a shovel or something. That
Oh yeah, I've seen this.
I love it. It's a new sport.
Fuck you. Fuck you.
That's 1 point. I don't know what game they're playing. That's just 1 point.
Right, this would be the greatest first-person game ever.
Yeah. Fuck you in particular.
That one wants to fight. This is hilarious.
Get in there.
Naked aggression.
First of all, excellent first-person shooter. Second of all, when does this become a sport? Because
Right?
you know what he's doing.
Already?
He's training them to avoid humans by walking up and whacking them on the head with a shovel. It don't really hurt them. Sort of pisses them off a little. They jump in the water and get scared of things with shovels. Peoples.
Animals are learning.
Right,
So
right.
humans.
You see a human, fucking run.
I mean, you know, they should have. A lot of them have already learned that lesson, but we're talking about large, aggressive, like nearly perfectly adapted predators here, and
Sure, but this isn't their
this is
natural habitat.
what this man is doing, right? What this man or woman or whatever.
that's
the fuck, I don't know.
AI, right?
No, I can't tell the difference anymore, Anna. I honestly can't. Everything looks fucking.
What alligator has a tail that looks like a cat's tail? Or a raccoon tail?
A cat gator.
That's
Adam, have you ever been to Florida?
Yes, I actually have.
Then you should know. And if you don't, you weren't paying attention.
I would expect this behavior.
But the point is that this man is reminding these perfectly evolved predators that they were not, in fact, made in the image of God. It's like you didn't give alligators the dominion over the earth. Just saying.
I first saw this clip a few years ago, actually. So I'm not sure if it is AI or not.
It is AI. You can tell.
I can't tell the difference anymore.
Look at the shovel. I can tell.
I have shovels that look like that.
When was the last time any of you used a shovel?
Well, mostly I just stand out on my porch when my kid's boyfriend is, hanging out. I hold the shovel. And I don't say anything, but I look at him real intent in the eye while I hold the shovel.
And you just twirl it a little bit.
I don't even have to do that, really. I just kind of lean on it a little bit and just kind of send vibes his way, vibes that are easily understood man to man. Or, murderer to victim, as it case may be.
and you don't blink.
Not when he's looking, anyway. Oh, yeah. Those were the days, man. Those were the days. And if you ask me, that's just how it's got to be, right? Any boyfriend who doesn't fear their girlfriend's father isn't doing it right.
Or at least the father's not doing it right. Yeah. No,
Hey,
I'm
Jack,
terrified.
Jackalicious.
I look like some Ragnar Lothbrok type motherfucker, about 6'2", 6'1".
Right.
Not small.
Yeah.
Spent half my life throwing hay bales, so.
Oh, talking of fathers. Hello, Father Jack.
Welcome in, Devil.
What's
And
up?
hello, Dove.
I think we're discussing, apex predators being put in their place with a shovel.
With a shovel?
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
So I'm
this thing.
Oh.
I think this is. I'm just curious, what level of Florida man is this?
Intermediate.
I don't know. This seems borderline entry level.
Dude, apparently there's a third species of monkey that has gotten loose in Florida, and now their territories are starting to overlap, and we're having monkey wars in Florida.
Right. Like beginner level Florida man is that dude who turned himself in for murdering his best friend after he got high, and he felt bad about that, but his best friend was imaginary. Right. That's beginner level. And then this would be intermediate. And I think peak Florida man is probably somewhere between the dude headbanging in a hurricane with a flag and the guy who chucked a live alligator through a drive-through window.
Anybody else kind of get the vibe this is how you would have to go through like the ghetto? Like, just grab something and just run through it like crazy enough that everyone just dodges you.
Paula knows.
Oh yeah.
That was a wild video. Like, who the fuck throws an alligator through a drive-through? Even in Florida, it's a little much.
The bad question is who doesn't.
I mean, it was probably all methed up too.
They probably have like a little like pet crate in the corner for when it happens.
Hello, my favorite.
So yeah, no, that was I just thought that was a fun place to start because I saw that and I was just like, oh, that's just delicious.
I'm gonna be on and off camera because I'm finally eating for the day, so I've got a bunch of protein shit I have to eat. So sorry if I'm off camera for a bit. I'm listening.
Yeah, it's fine. You're here. You showed up. So we do have a couple of other things I want to go over before we get into Abe's new obsession. Sorry about that. That was a slip of the tongue.
Motherfucker.
Starting with this here.
Why do you hate me?
I hate everybody, dude. Don't take it personal.
He definitely hates both of us, Squatch.
PTK.
How about that?
Researchers just modeled the visual cortex of a monkey's brain, making accurate predictions on what those neurons were going to do using 5,000 fewer parameters versus their standard models. Now, one of the reasons I say that we will not have neuromorphic computers at home is because they are extraordinarily power hungry. Yes, they're very efficient. They look like a brain. You can even model an entire brain with every single spiking pattern in it. And you can accurately predict what a real brain would do. This is, by the way, why some people believe that digital mortality is.
What she just said there about how power hungry these things are. So there was a company that recently scaled down the power requirements for this. Something fierce. It's gonna get weird, folks. It's gonna get weird.
Mm-hmm.
In fact, we're not gonna bring it up on the screen, but I'll bring it up here on my phone and let y'all know what I was talking about there. So Polymarket just put out a thing saying just in petri dish of human brain cells grown on a microchip has learned to play Doom. Essentially, what happened was this company called Cortical Labs put 200,000 real human brain cells onto a silicon chip and trained them to play Doom in just a week, which, each system, each one of these, basically these chips, these organoid chips cost about $35,000. They only consume about 850 to 1,000 watts combined, a rack of 30 of them, which is significantly lower power requirements than what we're using for like AI clusters currently, where they're routing whole power grids for this shit.
Also, they can be brain dead enough to play Doom.
I mean, apparently.
And another video from this girl, man. I'm starting to, how like fighters will get upset because they'll start to enjoy the pain.
Yeah.
Like I'm actually starting to find this weirdo attractive, and I think it's the same premise.
I kind of get where you're coming from.
You're breaking us, Sam. You're breaking us.
It's like Chinese water torture, but with science.
Yeah.
Something that we could accomplish. If you could accurately predict what every individual neuron will do, if you could accurately predict how a human would behave and how their brain would work, even the communication between neurons and between lobes, could you create something that's conscious? If you could do that, and the evidence seems to say that you can, you could create something that is indistinguishable from human thought. And that is one of the major goals of this kind of research. Yes, the goal is to create robots, AI, that are indistinguishable from a human mind.
Fucking Cylons.
Uh-huh.
Yeah.
You're a Cylon. And you're a Cylon. And you're a Cylon.
You're a Cylon.
Be like Oprah.
So-
You know, everybody look under their seats. You get a Cylon. You get a Cylon.
Fucking Cylons, dude.
100%.
Right, that bullshit.
I do think there's a fair amount of literature and media that would say that's a bad idea, but I still kind of want to see it happen because I want to know if...
What?
All of it says it's a bad idea, going all the way back to Mary Shelley's pivotal novel, Frankenstein.
Oh,
Yeah.
if I can go further than that, every single fairy tale, myth, and legend we have from the old world and the new are all cautionary tales about holding deals with inhuman intellect.
Mm-hmm.
All of them.
Mm-hmm.
Even Prometheus got screwed.
Prometheus was a god, too.
Yeah.
The creation of the first golems.
Yeah. Y'all know the story of the golem? Like the golem? Right? The golem of Prague?
Yes, but it's
So-
really mixed up with some Terry Pratchett stuff and some D&D stuff. And
So
some-
Terry Pratchett borrowed pretty heavily from this old story, but this basically
That's
what happened.
Well, I was talking biblically, but yeah, sure.
Yeah, so basically the story goes in Prague in like it was like 1600s or some shit like that. Jews were getting picked on again like they do. And you know, it was
Kenzo.
bad, it was nasty. Yeah, I mean maybe. I don't
Why
know
is
how
getting
old-
picked on Jews' favorite hobby?
I don't know. It seems to be something they enjoy though, because it keeps happening. But that said, so this rabbi was like, well, I need to protect my people and get revenge for all the slights against us, right? So he builds this clay man and he animates it with the sacred word. Depending on who's telling the story, it was either written on a scroll that was stuck under the clay man's tongue or it was carved into its forehead. Either way. And the word being like the secret name of God or some shit like that. The clay man comes to life, and when given an instruction, which was to defend and avenge his, the rabbi's people, the golem set out and began to do exactly that. And being a man of clay, he was nearly indestructible, immensely powerful, and he just started murdering folks left and right. But he didn't stop there, because the thing is, if you give a golem an instruction, they don't stop ever. The only way to stop them is to, destroy the word, which is to either get it to spit out the scroll, depending again on the version of the story, or to erase it from the forehead. It is clay kind of thing. And eventually the rabbi came to see regret for his actions because he caused so much destruction with this fucking thing that it was like, well, fuck, this wasn't worth it kind of thing. And it's not a happy story. A lot of people die.
pretty much everyone that encounters him.
Yeah, and basically the moral is like, maybe don't unleash fucking supernatural powers on your enemies that you can't control.
The secret name of God? Turns out, just Dave.
I got nothing for that.
We can. Now, typically, if you wanted to model a human brain, you would need an entire warehouse worth of computers. While our brains take about 10 watts of power, which is a particularly dim light bulb, actually modeling it is extremely difficult. So this group decided to borrow some processes that actually happen in our brain to make it more efficient, and it worked. Now, they did actually use macaque monkeys as their models, so a real monkey would look at images and they would process what they were seeing and how their neurons would behave. They then modeled their visual cortex. This means they can accurately predict what those neurons are going to do before they do it, effectively creating a digital twin. That is more valuable than you think, and not just for people to upload their brains to a computer.
A copy. You know how we're always talking about how if you were to upload your mind into a digital space, is it really your mind or is it just a copy, even if it thinks it's the real thing?
I've got a slight variation of that one, but it's similar enough. Right? I'm not so concerned about a human mind being uploaded. I'm not sure that's possible, right? No matter how much computational power you throw at it or how much money or water or cooling or anything. What I'm more concerned with is the implementation of an AI in a prenatal situation so that the child is born with the AI already intact and its entire existence is spent learning everything with this AI in tow, and then that person dies and the AI that is riding shotgun on the whole thing goes on believing that it is this person. And is it?
That's a good question, man. It is a good question.
Kind of.
I don't know that
in
I know
that
the
scenario.
answer.
Yeah.
Maybe. Like it's certainly a continuation of something that should have ended. Like if you take into account the soul, if the soul is in fact real, if the soul is in fact who and what we are embodied in this flesh, and that doesn't die, like if the soul is truly eternal, even though the flesh is mortal, right, then that would mean that there is both a spiritual and a digital copy of this person, and they're not necessarily the same being anymore.
That reminds me of that TNG Star Trek episode. Data, when it's kind of like Frankenstein, where what was his name, Dr. Graves? He uploads all of his brain, everything into Data, basically.
Yeah, tries to take over his brain because it can handle
what
his.
was it called?
I can't remember.
I don't remember the name.
Schizoid Man or something like that. Yeah, that's interesting.
Yeah, see, I get that, but I also get like some of y'all here in the chat know I've been playing Stellar Blade on the channel. There's a similar concept in that where when someone dies, because everybody who is quote unquote human is also cybernetically enhanced and carries around an AI in their system, as well as what they call a memory stick, which holds basically all of their memories throughout the course of their life. So when they die, they collect the memory sticks and they upload them into this sort of immense database to preserve their memories, even though it doesn't, like, there's no bringing them back. It's not like a stack from Altered Carbon exactly, but it's sort of just a copy, a record, if you will. But everybody's got one, kind of thing. And that's sort of what I'm getting from this is something similar to that. Is like preservation for posterity, not so much immortality.
Yeah, but that will be a fuzzy line later.
Oh, sure.
You know it. And I'm not even talking a slippery slope. I mean, the goal is immortality. So
sure, yeah.
What are we talking about here?
Yeah, that's entirely possible. And I mean, the whole uploading of human consciousness thing has been talked about in science fiction for 90 fucking years or more. With the problem is we can't build a machine that's capable of holding all of that raw data. Not yet, anyway.
Transcendence is an excellent example of what you're talking about.
Could you imagine the literal hundreds of thousands of hours of porn we could get if Sam's memories get uploaded?
Dude, Jesus.
It's not even like porn you'd find anywhere. just what generates in my own mind. Knock your socks off.
Infinite porn generators.
The entire state that Sam lives in, all the women just butt naked.
No, not all of them. Some of them look like you. Like I'm putting
those are the ones he did first.
Shit right now. No, we've got some women out here that certainly look like
Behemoth.
They might be women.
Sam, what a big bitch. I don't know what you're talking about, Sam. You're a bad person.
I
Yes.
know. He's a
Here, which I guess is
You're just bad.
Yes.
technically
We're gonna do this. Damn it, we gotta get this bitch off the screen. She just pisses me off.
possible, but it wouldn't really be you. It would be a simulation of you. Aside the point, this is largely used to create digital twins of research animals. Now, our brains are not designed to think about everything all the time. You are not paying attention to every sound, every smell, every color, the feeling of the hair on your face constantly, or you would lose your mind. Researchers took a very similar concept in pruning, taking what the AI should pay attention to and avoiding information that it doesn't need, and that resulted in just as efficient a model, so it still did accurately predict what those neurons were going to do, except they used 5,000 times less parameters. I cannot tell you how extraordinary that is, but this also brings scalability to the table. So if you need an entire warehouse worth of computers to run a neuromorphic computer modeling a brain, that's simply not going to happen. However, if you can scale it down and still have accurate neural spiking, then we have the possibility of bringing this to everyone. And neuromorphic computers have a lot of benefits. This gets us a lot closer to the possibility.
They are trying to scale that down in the same way that, like, if you recall, like electric batteries, modern electric batteries used to be massive, right? They've been scaled down over the years. Now we got these like tiny little ones that you can fit inside like a hearing aid, and smaller. Actually, I think they've got smaller ones now too. But time was something that could hold that amount of energy had to be bigger, just because we've had to like learn how to scale that down over time. And the same thing with computers, right? A single computer used to be housed in like a fucking 6-story warehouse, and now all of us carry them around in our pockets.
I heard tell that somebody recreated ENIAC in Minecraft using redstone.
Well, it's like they said, our cell phone has more computing power than the computers they used to send the first shuttle to the moon in our heads.
Yeah.
So
by orders of magnitude.
A pocket calculator has more than the entire world did in 1940 something.
Exactly. Like I remember I was when I was in Moscow back in August, and I went to the cosmonautics museum, and they actually showcased this, how massive some of the data processing things that they used to send back in the 60s to space looked, which were like takes up a whole room, and then now it's like a small little chip, just a tiny little thing.
Mm-hmm.
And that it's like what you're talking about, hearing aids and all of that kind of stuff. Like, look at what Musk is doing with his Neuralink thing.
Yeah. Honestly, I think that these organoids are going to play a part in the Neuralink saga to come.
Mm-hmm.
Well,
and not for the better.
It's just the middle ground between being able to put a brain in a computer versus put a computer in a brain. They're going in both directions on this, and so I don't know what to make of the future. Ladyboy's going to be real hard to spot later.
Organoids sounds like an 80s cartoon. I'm just saying.
It does have a really cool intro.
I would watch. I would probably watch a Brain Organoids, cartoon from the 80s. That would be. It's like nothing but like Krang and his pals. Because I mean, if you think about it, he's basically that's what him and his exosuit are. They're just big.
Grody.
Yeah, I don't know, man. I think that we're hurtling towards our own soft extinction with this shit. And by soft extinction, I mean the transhumanist shit. I mean the cyborg shit and the digital consciousness stuff and all of that. I think that at a certain point we will cease to be human
Stop bashing cyberpunk.
It's not even cyber.
I kind of have this unwritten rule that I picked up from some old Halo novels. In the Halo novels, it's referred to as the Cole Protocol, if anyone's familiar with that. And it basically distinguishes people who are human versus people who are not based on what types of extraplanetary experiences they've had. So if you encounter aliens, you're no longer human. Your job is to protect the human species by going elsewhere and not bringing them to Earth. You're on your own, your whole ship. If it happens to be a galactic space liner named the Titan, then fine. Yet they all just go make a colony some fucking where else. They don't come back to human space at all. They just jump in a random direction and leave.
Yeah.
But yeah, there comes a certain point where you're not human, and that's basically when, you know, you take things out or put things in within reason.
Well, that's interesting you say that, because Abe and I on the Full Aussie podcast have been watching the Murderbot TV show, which is based on a book by Marcia Wells, where she exactly raises those questions.
Mm-hmm.
And it's very easy to humanize something that is not actually organic, but because it's Alexander Skarsgård and it is played by a human, he's supposed to be a bot that protects these idiots, these hippies, from doing stupid shit. And he's always like, I just want to go and kill them all, because he hacked his own module. And it's an interesting concept, but at the end of the day, it's a machine. It's not a human.
He likes to kill people and watch TV shows.
Yes, he likes to watch TV shows. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. No, I mean, and it wouldn't be, you know. It is interesting though, because there are two different perspectives on like how this sort of comes to basically an apocalypse. It's like, number one, we're making machines more and more like us, but number two, we're also making ourselves more and more machine-like, or we're attempting to anyway. And I think that's going to be the future, you know. And it started, you know, a while back with like artificial hearts and pacemakers and prosthetics that have gotten more and more sophisticated. Some of the prosthetics that got out now are fucking unreal. There's a guy on YouTube who builds pneumatic prosthetics to replace the fingers that he lost. He lost like 4 fingers on his left hand or whatever. And he builds these, they're not even electronically activated. They all are sort of sensitively attenuated.
They're based on the movements of his
move.
His tendons.
Arm. And it's fucking incredible. And the dude just builds his shit in his garage.
Yeah.
You know, and it's really incredible. No electronics required. He's even got one now, I think, that he's capable of like gripping a soda can. You know, which sounds like not that much, but we all have functional hands.
Yeah.
You know, it's actually kind of a huge leap forward, you know, like with sensitivity. Like he's able to control the amount of pressure that it exerts, so he doesn't crush the can, but it doesn't slip through his fingers, which is a huge achievement for a guy who's just basically making tinker toys for his arm in his garage.
Would you bearing in mind, he did all of that with one hand.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's
We
crazy.
get this bitch off the screen yet?
Yeah, we should probably finish the video.
Ability of AGI in our future, artificial general intelligence, or real intelligence. At least that is the goal. Now, arguably, AI has been around in its current form for 6 or 7 years, and it is continuously improving. Just because we haven't reached the point of being really intelligent yet doesn't mean we won't get to it. Also, people ask me about sapient, so having the sentience or consciousness of a person. I don't like the word because I don't like to put people on the top of the hierarchy for consciousness. I think we have different kinds of consciousness between different animals, and there's no reason to sit around pretending one is better than the other. What we really do need to bring to AI, and that includes LLMs,
I would disagree with
metacognition,
her.
because it would solve a whole lot of problems.
Look. Of course, some animals are better than others, just like some civilizations are better than others. Some societies are better than others.
Yeah.
We are superior to the humble snail. That's all I'm saying.
Yeah.
In
I don't
nearly
think there
every
needs
way.
to be much argument for it.
Although the snail may outlive us.
It may, but and we also secrete horrible things like they do, but otherwise we're way better.
Yeah.
I don't know, just that whole concept of it's like, oh, one's not really superior to the other. Like that is.
I know some human beings who are far less superior compared to animals, which I'm trying really hard not to say cats.
I know.
Hey, we promised we weren't going to bring Dermy up this episode, damn
it. Yeah, no, there's different, also in different species. It depends on your genetic makeup. Because some animals, some breeds are, again, I'm going to refer to cats. They're bred to be with dogs too, with certain things. But some humans, I don't know what happened with the genetics and the DNA.
Yeah. Look, some things are obviously adapted better to certain situations than we are. For example, we can't swim like fish do, or we can't fly, etc. at all. But I think the initial video that we started with proved very much what that two opposable thumbs and a frontal lobe will trump a lot of things. Especially if those two thumbs are holding a shovel.
Yeah.
Well, it's exactly. The humans and animals, it's like the Batman theory, right? Batman can be anybody in any comic given enough time to prep.
Yeah.
It's the same thing, right? Yeah, they can.
And our species has all of time.
Yeah, they can fly. They can swim faster than us. We can figure out how to kill them. That's what makes us superior.
Yeah. So I don't know, but that whole statement about no one species is superior to any other, I think, is complete bullshit.
Yeah.
So, but real quick,
because again, how many of us on the panel have night vision? We can.
I have better night vision than I do day vision.
Or like
but then again, I don't go out in the day, so
actually have like really good sniffing things out. Like, come on.
I can't smell for shit, but I can hear dog whistles.
Can you?
Yes. It's very annoying.
You dog.
I also hear the electronic vibrations coming from like fucking television sets when they're first turned on. It hits me in the face. It's very unpleasant.
Oh wow.
I don't like it. Back when I had fillings in my teeth, I could feel a vacuum tube radio turn on.
Ooh.
Yeah, and it was really strange because it wasn't like a noise or anything. It was just a sensation.
Right.
Those things.
Well, our good friend Tomby, he actually has an additional cone in his eyes. So he can see colors that other people can't see.
Right, that's rare.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
He's a freaking X-Men. What the fuck?
He's certainly a mutant.
He fucking is.
I can actually
he's a real weak one. I mean, it's not
I can actually go invisible. I have that. my DNA, my genetic DNA lets me just poof, I'm not there anymore.
That's just the white race, madam.
Shh. We don't talk about those things.
Yeah, y'all don't. That's part of the problem here.
Where's Shadoo?
Yeah, right. Oh my Lord.
Yeah, he's busy. Let's finish it.
So I got this image of him sitting with his back against some dude he just met in the rain, neck deep in mud. Just thinking about us doing this show and how much better it was.
And then he looks over the dude's shoulder and said, "Have you ever tried anything gay?"
Do you want to? I absolutely love you, Don't you ever change, kid.
And the whole time in his head, he's just going, "Auf der Heide blüht ein kleines Blümelein. Und das heißt."
I mean, you didn't have to continue it. We got the point.
Stop that with 2 syllables ago, bro.
I don't know. He's more of a Deus Vult kind of kid.
Yeah, Deus Vult. Somebody hit me
That's
with
just
some-
an excuse.
Somebody asked. Oh wait, no, it was Ada. I'm not going to reiterate that one. Never mind.
Talking about Deus, they're thinking of making a new Deus Ex game.
Are they?
Are they?
Mhm. Because yeah, that was an interesting concept as well.
Yeah,
Talking about
I enjoyed the
transhuman-
original.
I did too. Yeah.
I'm
Yeah.
hoping that since the game industry is becoming as uncreative as the movie industry at this point, I'm hoping that they start diving back into old series that they kind of abandoned, and hopefully we get some good games out of it. You know, maybe. I don't know. We'll see.
I'm
Then
skeptical.
I'll hope all you who enter here.
We've been burnt for so long that anything that they actually reboot or remake or make the continuation of something, I just don't know anymore. I don't get excited for anything. But apart from Mortal Kombat
sounds sad.
rebate with Carl Urban, but I've talked about him for so long that I don't care. But yeah, no, yes, Squatch.
They make this thing called a wand, and it plugs right into the wall, and you can get really excited about things.
I mean,
Don't borrow Sasquatches. It's been in some unsavory places.
I added salt, a little bit of pepper. What are you gonna do if it is spicy? Hey, dude, I put hot sauce on it. I put that shit on everything.
Including
Just
your
dips it in
O-ring.
the Frank's Red Hot before.
Oh, that's terrible. That's terrible. So we're gonna drop Gabriel Torch for now because I think we more or less got the gist of the thing.
yeah, I think we got the idea.
We're not going to finish the video with the human beaver? Damn it.
I'll give you the link. You can go masturbate to it in your own time.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Moving on. So, oh man, no, it just she brings up interesting shit that I'm not hearing almost anywhere else. So that's why we keep doing this. It isn't because I hate you guys. It isn't because I want to subject people to awful things. It's that I think there are awful things coming, and she's basically the only thing resembling a clarion for us in this regard. So,
yeah, and she's pretty concise.
The fact that she's for most of it, notwithstanding.
Yeah. Sam just wants to ruin what I rub one out to. That's what the hell that is.
Yeah, because
that sounds like a personal problem, bro. Can you imagine them chiclet teeth all up on your junk? Fuck that.
Don't bite down.
How you gonna get it out of your head? All you can think about is this bitch's teeth. It's the only thing you've been looking at ever since you started watching her videos. You know it. I know it. And there it is.
I like to look dangerously.
She's got pretty eyes.
Freak. I've never seen that bitch's eyes.
Oh my god.
I'm sorry, Miss George. I ain't got nothing against you, chick. I'm just doing it for the funsies. Just let it go. Just let it go.
Anna's just sitting there going, I don't want to stream with these people no more.
Right?
Don't think she ever did.
We forced her into it.
Yeah. Paula, it's been many years, but I did read Foundation. Mostly. I say mostly. It was the Foundation trilogy when I started reading it, and by the time I ended it, it was all of a sudden 3 more big ass novels long, and I was like, fuck this. And so I didn't read those. But
I've seen the TV show, I haven't read it.
Yeah. So
I stopped reading after Dr. Seuss.
yeah, it shows.
Stop reading after would you do it with the fox? Yes, I will. Left to go do it with the fox.
I stopped reading after A, B, C, D.
Well, I stopped listening to any of you men.
Well, you fucked it up, Abe. You spelled it ABE.
No, my name is Abk.
No, Isaac has a lot of good points. Again, going back to the decades of the 60s, 50s, where people were really exploring these possibilities. We are now living in a world where, when all of us went to school, I mean, we all are at different ages and everything, but now kids are doing everything on like iPads and how do you do your exams? Everything is digital. You have your AI things. We had clip notes. We had like actual books, libraries. Now everything is just so available to everyone.
We lived through the times.
What Isaac Asimov was warning us about with his, and that's why I love Star Trek. That's exactly what the point was, that you encounter all of these different things. You explore the technology, you try to, but you're still human at the end of the day. Today, it's like everybody's just walking around like a zombie. Oh yes, pull my phone out, go to, do an exam, go to ChatGPT to give me the bullet points. Like, no.
Yeah.
Where's your
Grok?
effort?
Is this true?
Yeah. Oh my God, motherfuckers that take woo, son.
Oh, that's what she's talking about, man. Like we lived through times where there were no mass communication devices. You had a phone that had a cord that maybe reached the next room if you were fucking lucky, and that was assuming that you had upgraded from the fucking the rotaries.
Not even that. If you lived with people in a block of flats, if your neighbor was on the phone, you could not get on the internet or the phone.
Yeah.
No, that's a fact. And if you did get it, it was dial up at best.
Yeah.
And then and when cell phones were first invented, they were the size of my fucking arm.
Mm-hmm.
You couldn't hide those if you wanted to.
And you valued that connection when you actually got through, finally, after 2 hours of trying or something. You valued that connection. Now it's just like,
holy shit, I'm on the internet. Fuck.
Yeah, now I gotta wait 45 minutes for this ASCII pic of a boob to download.
I know.
Because that was the thing we were fucking teenage boys at the time. That was a thing. But and as we got older, like they introduced more computer stuff when I was in junior high, but we were talking like typing classes, right? Word processors, that sort of thing. It wasn't, Encarta didn't really start making the rounds into at least American schools in the region I was in.
Holy shit.
Until like, 7th grade or something like that. And, like we had access to the internet, but it was like the internet was new as far as the public was concerned. Like obviously DARPA and all that shit goes back a ways, but it was new for us. And so we lived through all that stuff. And at that time, like nobody had a personal cell phone because they were still making them big, small enough to fit in a fucking pocket. They were still too goddamn big. And then, I remember, you remember having to turn your fucking phone in because they didn't want you having extraneous fucking electronic devices while they were trying to teach you.
Oh yeah, no, that was not. You could not have no Nokia in the classroom.
I missed that. I missed it. I was just old enough that there weren't cell phones until like the last couple of years.
Yeah.
And my girlfriend's dad had a sack phone, and like a bag phone.
Mm-hmm.
And the damn calls on that thing were like 27 cents a minute.
Yeah.
Something like that. It was ungodly expensive.
It only went out to 1-900 numbers.
Did you ever have one of those brick phones where you had to pull out the antenna?
Yeah.
I actually had one of those as a joke for a while. Back in like 2010 or so, I come across one at a flea market. And
I had a
fucking
Nokia for a long time, man.
I was actually back in 1999. I was this is funny. I was walking through the woods when I was in Russia, and this guy's just walking around
Shia LaBeouf
with like a mess. I'm like, how, dude? Like, is this a satellite phone or something? Like, but it didn't look like it. But I remember, like, in Pretty Woman. Remember when Richard Gere pulls out this massive thing and he gets the antenna out?
I think my favorite, giant 80s cell phone moment is probably in Hot Tub Time Machine when they go back to like 85 or whatever, and that guy's walking around. He's like, you'll never guess where I'm talking to you from. I'm on a mountain.
So I got a weird cell phone story, and this is gospel truth here. This happened. So I had a friend of mine who worked for the state, and back in the day, the state had a Nokia, not the brick, but the little weird triangular kind of one that was almost indestructible, right? Mm-hmm. The classic Nokia, and it was hooked up to track phone. You remember them folks?
Oh yeah.
Well, track phone used to offer these things where you could like maintain service for a year, but you wouldn't actually have minutes on your phone. You'd just be able to keep your number. And I went on vacation one year, the year that I got the phone. Somebody gave me a 3-hour phone card and the phone. I got the phone, which I already had a number on it, and I put on the 3-hour thing. And on the way to the beach on vacation, I stopped and got another card, just in case. And they were having this weird giveaway where you would get a card, and when you'd type it in, you might win a double, you might win a ×5, you might win whatever, right? Mm-hmm. So while I'm on vacation, somebody else, I had said I didn't have any time on my phone before I left. Somebody else sent me another one of these cards, and I won like 3 5-time multipliers on a double-minute weekend. That motherfucker was good from like 2007 all the way into like, it's probably wherever the fuck it's at, it's probably still solid now. At the time it was past 2012, and I was like, shit, this thing's good past the apocalypse, right? Because world come in 2012,
holy
right?
Shit.
So I was utterly impressed, and one of these days I'm gonna go dig that fucker up. I'm sure it's around here somewhere. Get all the old ringtones off of it.
Oh, I bet it still works.
I bet it do.
We actually had like actual calculators. Remember those days?
Yeah.
And you had to do exams and things, and you had what was the name of them? The Texas.
Yeah, Texas Instruments. They made a bunch of fucking money back then.
I'm pretty sure I've still got one somewhere.
They were good calculators.
I have 2 actually. Yeah.
Like you remember when they started coming out with the ones where you could actually like do graphing on them?
Mm.
Oh, that was luxury.
Yeah. Real quick, LaPoe says, does the old Nokia considered a weapon back then? So here's the thing about those old Nokias. When we're talking indestructible, you could stick it in a sock and beat someone to death with it, and it would still work.
Yeah.
So
it'd be fine.
You can go look this up if you want. I'm not sure where it's at, but somewhere there is a Nokia museum. And in the Nokia museum, there is a Nokia cell phone that was carried by like a lieutenant in Afghanistan that took around. And the Nokia Corporation took it for like when it was found on the battlefield, it got sent in for I guess investigation, and they fixed it and sent it back to the soldier with the bullet still in it to prove that it worked, and he donated it back to the museum.
Yeah.
Nice.
They fixed it. They didn't repair the case or anything. They didn't move the bullet. They just made it work the way it was, and was like, here, you can have your phone back. It still works. Homeboy left with like 4 broken ribs instead of his lung blowing out of his body like fucking Biden was at.
Right.
Classic Nokia.
So no, they made some fucking hardy shit back in the day. I miss when things were made to last. You know, I do. I don't think that's a thing anymore.
Those 33 and 34 10s, they were, yeah.
Yeah.
They probably still work.
That kind of gets to the point that we were discussing before with the topic with the horse woman teeth woman beaver chick. But like back in the day, everything was simplistic, but it worked. Now we have iPhones. Every single week there's an update, but nothing seems to work. There's always some sort of way to buy more storage, do more of this, update your phone.
And new updates break old functionality.
Yep.
Refrigerators and freezers from the 50s still work.
So it is actually being more technologically advanced really helping us? Or
well,
is it...
I don't think
it's a trade-off.
Technology so much as it is the live service as a subscription model of business. I think that's the problem is they're like, oh, you're going to keep paying us money all the time, one way or the other.
You own nothing and be happy.
Well, also you have to bear in mind that the brightest candles burn half as long. So we've got these basic supercomputers in our pockets at all times. They don't live forever. They're not meant to.
No, and eventually mine's going to blow up in my pocket and probably take most of my fucking hip with it.
Oh, hello, Dead Man. Thank you for being
Dead
here.
Man, welcome in.
Hey, Dead Man.
Greetings and salutations.
So this next thing that we got up, and then after this, I promise we're gonna skip the Rogan thing. We'll save that for another time. We'll get into the God Daddy thing after this. But this next thing I did want to bring up because I know there's a lot of people out there who love their pitties. You know, and I get it. I understand. But this woman makes a point that I think is important. And it seems like she's going in the other direction at the beginning, but she isn't.
Have you seen the video of the pit bull that latches onto a baby? A human baby? Yeah. And it's got the baby for minutes. And everyone's trying to get the pit bull off. And they're all like, I don't know what to do. It won't let go. Okay. They're trying to choke it. They're hitting it. They're trying to yank its tail. They're trying the butthole method. And the pit bull is not letting go of this 1-year-old human baby. I'm laughing because I'm worked up. Okay. And then a grown ass man had the audacity to come on this app and say, I was trying to choke the dog. There was nothing I could do. It was like trying to choke a muscle. There was nothing I could do. Let me tell you what to do. I'm going to tell you what to do. Okay.
Here it comes.
Are you ready? Okay. So pit bull right here, right? There's the baby. You're behind the pit bull. Keep in mind, we've tried everything on this pit bull, right? And it's not let go of the baby. So its mouth is preoccupied with the human baby that we are trying to save, right? Okay, so you're safe. What you're going to do is you're going to be behind the pit bull. You're going to grab its little paws, okay? You're going to grab them good, real hard, okay? Real good grip, okay? You're going to put your foot on its back, okay? Legs, foot on back, break. We're going to kill the dog. We're going to kill the dog because that's what you do to a dog that's trying to murder a human baby.
She's right.
True.
100%.
That's how we take care of dogs that are aggressive, that are going to hurt a human being. There's none of this.
I disagree with that. No.
None of you has a knife. Not one of
No, that it's the owner who actually it's not about the breed yet again. It's about how you raise the puppy, how you socialize it, how you train it.
So I agree with you 100%. 100%.
Humans'
There is a part of
fault,
this that's
not
about
the pit bull's fault. Certain, again, breeds where a pit bull was taken by, again, Americans from the staffies back in the day in England, when and they used to be dogs who were protecting babies. And there's DNA, there's genetics that are involved in certain breeds. Why do we have German Shepherds? Why do we? Every breed is different. They have different temperaments. They have different things that they're good. Shepherd dogs who actually go and chase, Australian Shepherd dogs. This is just no. It's the human's fault.
But you still kill the dog to save the baby. I don't care.
I agree with you in all of that. But there is one point that you have to keep in mind that is different for certain breeds. When a bulldog maims a person, it is a life-altering event regardless of whether you're 1 or 21. Because they are living bear traps. They are designed to bite and rend. They do the shaky thing. And I mean, this is all part of the program. They grab the bull by the nose and drag them down.
Yep.
The bull don't come, they shake. Then it does. So in this case, we used to breed bulldogs. This was one of the things that we did. And the only way I have ever found to trigger a bulldog to let go is to grab him by his lips and stick them in between his teeth and then wedge your hand as far down his throat as you can. And yes, you might cut yourself. You're definitely going to cut the dog's lips. But when the dog thinks he's biting himself, he'll let go. But it'll take a second. And there's going to be a heinous amount of damage that takes place before then. And the person doing it might lose some fingers in the process. But it's the only way I have ever seen to break a bulldog from actually.
Well, at the end of the day, that they're going to put the dog down. But the owner of the dog is not going to face any consequence.
Typically, well, that depends on the state. There are actually several states that are starting to hold people accountable for their dog's actions. But
pit bulls are banned in the UK. We don't have pit bulls.
Yeah.
They're banned.
And there's people trying to ban them here. And look, I'm gonna say this right off. I don't like pit bulls. I've never liked the breed, right? But that doesn't mean that I want them fucking banned. I know full well that like some of them are just good dogs. Some of them aren't. It is what it is. My point here in bringing this up is that if a dog is attacking a human being and that human being is in danger of its life, particularly like in the case of a 1-year-old infant that can't defend itself, kill the dog immediately. Because you don't have time to fuck around with it.
Yeah.
So,
of course,
in a sane household with a pit bull, somebody in that location would have a pistol because if that dog goes crazy, you have to shoot it. If you go places in public with a pit bull and you're not bringing a pistol with you to shoot the dog, if needed, you're not being a responsible dog owner.
And there are other breeds that are far more prone to go off like that, right?
Akitas.
People seem to forget that they're just modified wolves.
No, I had an Akita. Again, it's about how you train them, and you have to. Again, they're inherently very protective. And Akita will be the most loyal,
high-strung there, honey.
Friend to you, but you have to train it. You have to put the effort in every hour. You have to do something to train it.
You also have to be prepared. That's for something if it goes wrong. You have to be prepared to deal with it.
Post haste immediately.
If it never does, great, but you have to be prepared for the possibility.
And also, you have to give it love. That's the most important thing.
Yeah, well, and that's the biggest problem with pit bulls is like, I mean, I don't know, I can't speak necessarily to other countries, but in the States, traditionally, they were used for dog fighting. They were bred to kill. That was their sole purpose, and it was to make money. And
that's horrible.
That breeding is still in the species. It didn't go anywhere.
That's
right?
true.
They still have that instinct.
We bred them for hog hunting. There's no better catch and hold animal than a pit bull. They are absolutely flawlessly designed to do that very thing.
Yeah, it's like Saint Bernards were bred for search and rescue and like dangerous places. You've got border collies were bred to corral cattle. Like they have these instincts in them because we bred them to be in them.
Exactly. Yeah.
And the fact is like whether or not that was right or wrong is irrelevant. It's been done, and pit bulls do have the killer instinct because we put it in the species.
If you look at dogs around 1900, most breeds look very similar to each other. They've all been bred for very specific traits.
Dude, Chihuahuas and Shih Tzus were bred to be eaten. Specifically. That's what their purpose is.
Yeah. What about that?
It's like, and I don't know what happened to make the pug. That was a whole other thing.
Of the difference between Eastern and Western philosophy. In the West, they bred Chihuahuas for eating as a delicacy. In the East, they bred Chow Chows for eating like pigs.
Oh my God, Chow Chows are so cute, though.
They are vicious. You ever dealt with a Chow Chow?
That's because they know their food, dude.
Pugs
they are vicious.
See, this particular scenario could have been easily resolved, right? Just kick the dog in the nads and then send it to the gulag.
But then again, look at where we actually, as humans, we started domesticating creatures, right? So we're kind of being like AI, and we're changing genetics and change it to suit our. We want a Chihuahua because we want a cute little or Yorkshire Terrier, or we want a big dog to actually defend us, or we want that we're being the AI.
I mean, to a
we're
degree,
changing things, and we have
humans
been
have domesticated themselves.
Well, cats did because they're more intelligent.
But you also have your wolf dog breed, like half breeds, and those things are not. I mean, they're not tame animals. They are not. They can't figure out what they are because part of them wants to be a dog, part of them wants to be a wolf, and they're not the same kind of animal.
Are y'all familiar with the Carolina yellow dog?
Not off the top of my head.
This is supposedly the American dingo, if you will. These are the last remaining wild dogs derived from pre-Columbian contact. So these are Native American dogs, so to speak. And they roam in packs all over South Carolina, North Carolina, and parts of like Tennessee and Kentucky. But they are rarer than hen's teeth. There's almost none of them left because they interbreed with coyotes and pet dogs and shit. So
they're just horny as shit as well.
Well, yeah, but they seem a whole shit ton of like recessive traits. And so in any breeding, it's the other breed that's mostly expressed. Right. And so while a lot of dogs in the Southeast carry yellow dog, Carolina yellow dog genes, most of them are indistinguishable from a purebred. They just don't look like their parents in that case because the Carolina yellow dog is a very small genetic population.
Yeah.
Sorry, I don't know where that come from. It tastes like peanut butter when it happens.
Fun facts with Sasquatch.
Yeah. The American Dingo, folks, by Sasquatch. There you go.
Dingo ate my baby.
But that's
my baby.
Going back to what Sasquatch was saying about being a responsible pet owner and being prepared for the possibility, like what she says next is like, look, seriously, not one of you in this crowd has a fucking knife, And I mean, to be fair, like I carry a knife at all times, at least one, because I use them elsewhere, as tools and such. But I always have one on me.
What?
Yeah, like a Leatherman multi-tool.
No, like a knife. I have a Leatherman too.
Oh, just a straight up knife.
Yeah. Usually more than one, but there's one in particular that I carry with me at all times because it's a utility knife, right? I mean, yeah, it's got the blade.
Oh, like
you got a license for that, mate?
I don't need one. I live in Wyoming.
A Swiss knife.
You got one of them Paris knives, sir.
No, this
Step
knife
out of
is
line. I need to search you.
This knife is not a Swiss knife. It's bigger and it doesn't have nearly as many tools in it.
Oh no, that's banned in the UK. Can't
It does
do
have a
that.
bottle opener.
Arrested.
Fucking everything's banned in the UK now.
Always need a bottle opener.
Fucking
bro.
being British is banned in the UK.
Check this out. Bring me up big screen for a second.
Oh, yeah.
I have a multi-tool in the shape of Sasquatch. I'm not even joking. I'm dead serious.
That's brilliant.
Somebody sent me this,
I
right?
love that.
And I was just drinking a bottle of bubbly. And I opened it with my Sasquatch opener.
Awesome.
Yeah.
That's
So yeah, but
amazing.
no, my typical knife, the one that I use for work and I carry around with me all the time, it's got a bottle opener on it. It has a mini flashlight on it. It's got a flint that I can pull out and start fires with on it. It's got a glass
multi-tool
hammer built into it. It's got a seatbelt cutter, right?
Yeah.
But it's basically just a folding pocket knife.
Yeah.
You know, because all of that is like built into the handle. And all that, but then that's just like something that I use for work and all that. But I have other knives, and I do carry knives, and I don't need a reason or an excuse or a permit to do any of that in Wyoming. I don't even have to have it out where people can see it. I generally do, but I don't have to.
Yeah,
it's nice. It's nice here sometimes.
You know what's cool about Georgia? I can do the same thing with not only a pistol, but also a sword up to 3.5 feet long. All I do is hold it from nobody. Just walk around with like a ninja toe, or what are the little short choppy jabs?
No, yeah. Ninja toe's the straight blade. With the
Here's
square.
the best part. Here's the best part. It's measured by the blade, and so you can carry like a full pole arm.
Dude, I'm telling you, in Wyoming, we don't even have to worry about it. Like years ago, one of my brothers was walking around, right, and he had on his person like 4 or 5 different knives. He had his ankle pistol. He had another pistol on his belt. You know, a couple of other things, and he was walking around with, I shit you not, a full-sized Odachi strapped to his back.
No, really?
Yeah. Were his clothes composed of guns and knives?
No, he was just wearing.
Oh, he was just in Alabama, sir.
Well, he was in Wyoming, actually, but he gets stopped. He gets stopped by a cop. A passing cop sees him and stops him, and he goes, "You looking for trouble, son?" And my brother, without missing a beat, goes, "Looking to stay out of it, sir." And the cop's like, "Okay, carry on then," and left.
Right? How are you going to convince a guy who's loaded for bear to be in trouble?
Right?
You can't make him, sir.
Yeah.
If he wanted trouble, it's available.
I mean, and again, I got pulled over one time in Wyoming, right? And they were asking if we had any weapons in the car, and I was like, "Yeah, I got this. I got this. I got this. I got this. This is in the trunk."
Why would they profile you? Why would they pull you over?
Oh no, they pulled us over because we were speeding like a motherfucker.
Oh, what was that?
No, they were right to pull us over. We were
Sam was driving while white.
No, it's Wyoming, and you have to speed to get there.
It was like this one time I was breaking the law.
Look, the speed limit was 80. We might have been doing 98. It's a whole thing. Anyway, so they pulled us over for that.
Should have gone 88 miles per hour.
I listed off all the things that I could
Magic
remember,
things happen.
I said to him, I was like, that's what I can think of off the top of my head. There might be others, there might not be. I don't know for sure, but just be aware there's sharp, pokey shit everywhere. And then he's like, okay, well, and they, did the thing. They called our IDs in, and then we had to sit there and wait for a while and all that stuff. And he had us open up the trunk so we could, make sure there wasn't anything untoward in there besides what we told him already was in there, which I was honest with him. And while we were waiting for them to run my my license, he's like, hey, can I hold that? Right. I don't even remember what it was. I think it was. I think it might have been my brother's Odachi.
It was your dick. Car.
And for those of you who don't know what an Odachi is, it's an anti-cavalry sword.
Yeah. It's
a nearly 5-foot blade used for chopping the legs out from under heavy cavalry horses.
Yep.
Right.
It's a very big weapon. So,
I got pulled over one time by GSP, and as soon as he blue lighted me, I knew like this was gonna be weird, but I didn't know how weird it was gonna be until it happened. The guy that was pulling me over was one of my brother's best friends in high school. And so I was like one of the little kids running around, and I remembered the dude, and I'm like, oh shit. He hasn't had a chance to fuck with me since we became GSP. This is going to be some super trooper shit. And I was on my way out to my pops to go shoot my AK style sporting rifle that I have. And apparently he had been talking to Pops when I called him, and he jumped in the car and ran me down to blue light me and pulled me over. He walks up to the back window of my truck, reaches in, grabs it, shuts it down, breaks it apart, blows it out, puts it back together, and then looks at me and goes, oh, no, I didn't want to talk to you. I just want to look at the gun. And then went back to his car and drove off. And you couldn't have snatched that goddamn seat out of my ass. It sucked up my butthole so hard. I didn't know who it was at first. Until I saw him walking up to the car. I was like, oh shit. Did I take the clip out that thing? Did I shut the fucking one out the chamber? I don't remember. It's just sitting there. It's in plain view. Like, I ain't hiding nothing. It's not concealed or anything.
Yeah. So I don't know. I guess all of this goes to the point where I'm just as surprised as this woman is that nobody else happened to have a fucking knife on them.
Why didn't anybody have a gun?
That was my question. Because if you
they were trying, they were trying. There were, at least people actually stepped in, because
I agree there.
Situations happen where people are like, I don't want to get involved. It has nothing, and they just walk by. Here, people did step in.
I agree. I just think that sometimes if you don't know what to do, trying to do something, can help, but sometimes it makes things worse.
Yeah.
And it sounds like these people had all heard different things to try, and they were all trying all the things, but it never occurs to any of them. And this is a persistent problem in the United States, especially with leftists and people who go around saying like my fur babies and my pets are my children and all that shit. No, they're fucking not. You're not even the same species.
Shut your whole mouth.
No. The fact is, that there is a sentiment in this country among certain people that animal lives are worth more than their own species.
No, of course not.
Bro,
and that is objective.
I don't know, man. You've heard me say this before. If I've got a neighbor and a dog, and the neighbor suggests eating my dog, the dog can help me find more neighbors.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
Dogs
just saying.
Useful.
You're talking apocalyptic scenario. I'm talking about now.
No, I'm talking about a regular Tuesday.
Arden asked a question for all of us. Question for the panel. Would you rather the average person? Yes. Thank you. There you go. Average person carried a sword, a gun, or pepper spray. None of this is allowed.
I think everyone should be required to carry pepper spray. I just think that would make life much funnier.
No, I think pepper spray.
No, you can't do that. You can't carry mace.
I think it should be legal to carry a firearm, but I think everyone should be required to carry some sort of chemical deterrent.
Let me put it this way. I think everybody should. I'm kind of with Sasquatch on this. Everybody should carry the pepper spray. Everybody should be legally allowed to and also trained to use firearms. But I also think everybody should be trained to use a sword, because at some point after the apocalypse, we're going to run out of bullets.
Speak for yourself, bro. Those things ain't that fucking. I swear to God, it might not be clean.
Okay, Michonne from Walking Dead. I didn't know.
I'm just saying.
Michonne.
Yeah, my axe doesn't run out of ammo.
You're not wrong. You're very, very right. And neither does my sword. So, like,
I would just never want usage of a gun to be people's first response.
Yeah.
It depends on the circumstance, bro. If usage of a gun has already been implemented, then usage of a gun, as i.e. the good shoot, is
well, in that case, then yeah, sure.
That is exactly the prescription.
Yeah.
So here's
if someone's just being a dick,
Look, man,
Just spray the cunts and walk away.
You're right, but this is why I mentioned proper training with the weapon, because part of that training is knowing when not to fucking use it, when not to have it out.
Okay,
when
I'm just
not
gonna
to do
get a
all that.
robot who would do that for me. How about that?
I mean, it's probably legal for the robot to have it in the UK, so but that's the thing. It's like martial arts, man. The point of knowing martial arts is so you don't have to fucking get into fights. So you know how to learn how to avoid them. You can if you need to, but the idea is to deter that. So if everybody's armed with firearms and everybody's trained with firearms, yes, in the beginning there will be some ugly situations.
Unfortunate events.
However,
ballet dancers are so dangerous.
Down the road, right? Well, they would be with a Mac-10. Down the road,
They would be then, yeah.
People
martial arts are bullshit, people.
If everybody's got one, right? They're not going to want to die. They're not going to want, and first of all, at some point, ammo is going to get expensive. They're not going to want to expend ammo for bullshittery, right? People will be more polite down the road. It'll get ugly at first,
yeah.
But at a certain point, if everybody has them and is trained to use them and understands that it is a last resort option in most situations, I don't believe that you will have a bunch of people going to it first.
Do you remember the Kingsman, the training that homeboys go through?
Yeah.
Right. And they get to this point where they're given a dog and they have to train the dog and feed the dog and all the dog stuff. And then they have to kill the dog, right? As brutal as it sounds, you don't know what you're doing when you're just shooting targets, right? Yeah. Hunting is a good example of the type of damage these things do. Now, this splits down a hair because on one side of this blade, you have a trained response that is accurate, tactical, and efficient. On the other side, the same person doing that trained response doesn't understand things like over-penetration and things like that because they've never dealt with a real-life shoot scenario, which I've only encountered in hunting. So, I mean...
Yeah. Well, and it's one thing. It is one thing to shoot targets and say you're prepared. It's a whole nother thing to shoot at a living thing.
That is true.
And this is the difference between the US military and the British military.
Well, isn't that what John Wayne's character in The Shootist says? That anybody can like take a life, but it's the hesitation. People will hesitate, and he doesn't. That's what made him good.
Yeah, and they hesitate for good reason because it's hard, because it's an awful fucking thing.
Yeah,
and it should be.
Yes, it should be.
So, what is the end of this video?
Well, let's dog.
A bear attack.
Dude, you know what? If an AI bear came out of the side and fucking took her down, that was really funny.
Somebody did all that shit. That is a million.
I just purely from a comedy perspective, that would be hilarious. But like, I don't wish any harm on the woman or anything.
I mean, and make sure you can tell it's a bear, because if it vaguely resembles a bulldog, it's going to be taken in bad taste.
With that haircut, I'm not going to be sad if a bear takes her out.
Right?
She'd probably choose the bear anyway. But hey, she is kind of cute. I kind of want to lick her tattoos. Definite smash, but smash and then drop back off at the bar.
Yeah, and she's wearing a weird Shrek t-shirt.
Hey, Larry.
Shrek is love. Shrek is life.
Hello, Larry. Hello.
Hola. Hola.
It's all over now. Hey, Larry.
What's up? So I saw a mirror last night.
I'm sorry. I can't control what you do when I'm not around.
No, you can't.
All right. Well, let's talk about that after we finish the video.
All right.
Excellent.
Of you carries a knife in your back. Not a single one of you is willing to stab the dog who's about to murder a human baby. brother. just know if your dog attacks a person in front of me and it's not letting go after like 30 seconds, it's dying. In fact, your dog attacks my little 10-pound dog. Again, you've got 30 seconds to get the dog off my dog before it is dying. I don't understand. We are all delusional. I know your dog is your baby. It's not your baby in the minute it decides to kill a human baby. Okay, all right, I need to. Okay.
Why does she keep showing us how to put on socks? Yeah.
Well, it's
I know,
the
right?
same
It's
motion
crazy.
that you use to break a dog's neck.
I don't put on socks.
It's like,
And
dear,
coincidentally,
you
put on
both.
very difficult
He has
socks.
a point.
It's one big sock.
We got violent people will always look for a reason to be violent, whether it's a good one or not. I mean, yeah, that's
Abe, I'm gonna give your green unitard wearing ass one shot at this. If he copyright claims us, I will be very put out, and I will write a very strongly worded letter.
Shia LaBeouf. Shia's gonna get you.
Shia's gonna get knocked out like he did at Mardi Gras.
That's not the first time
This
he's
is
done
because
that.
Anna was walking through the woods one day.
I don't wear a unitard when I do that.
Not green ones anyway. Fucking weirdo.
Yeah. She wears camo. She doesn't want her prey to see her coming.
And she hubs.
You'll never see her coming.
Oh my
He has a
god.
particular set of skills.
right. All right,
No, but
so
I think going back to the actual point of that whole thing, Samail, how would I say it in Russian? No.
Gay.
Sam, the whole point of what you're trying to bring up is, yes, if an animal is attacking, I don't care if it's your baby or whatever you want to call it. If an animal attacks a child, you step in. That's basic, normal
It's done.
human behavior.
It should
When
be.
people are, oh, I'm not going to do it, because I saw in that video that the guy who actually had the dog, he stepped back and he was just standing there in the background and not doing anything.
Sam,
And then
go ahead. Sorry.
No, go ahead.
I was saying Sam just showed us that video to justify him killing cats. He's gonna be like, the cat's coming for my baby. With the damn thing.
It's way easier. They're smaller. You just gotta stomp on them.
It's just running around the streets killing cats, and he's like, it came from my baby. He's like, you don't have a baby.
It's coming right for us.
Exactly.
It's coming right at us.
It's coming
Treat your pet, whatever kind of pet you have, treat it with respect. Be, self-aware, and if something like this happens, then you step in, because that dude was not doing anything. He was just standing there and letting other people come in, which I don't understand. No. My cat would never go after any of you, or you're all babies, obviously. But
give it a chance. You're selling it short. I'm sure it could if it wanted to.
No.
My cat would just hide.
It's gonna pull out some knives.
Real quick. Charles Darwin. I'd agree with you that there's unnecessarily. I get it. We're just having some fun here. I'm not actually out murdering cats.
Unnecessary. All right. Are you familiar with the concept of culling?
Yes.
So
yeah, but that's necessary.
You're right. You're right. And it takes a little while to get settled on the fact that it's necessary. In Georgia, about every 10 years, at least we used to, I don't know if we still do this, but the deer population gets extremely large. And when that happens, there's not enough food to go around and the entire population suffers.
And you got to go and kill them. Yep. Same thing here in, yeah.
Yeah.
They hire people, dogs, to go and run the deer across fire lines and just literally massacre the damn things. And then the state sometimes will pay to have it all processed, and it gets like distributed out to food pantries and stuff like that.
And with the overabundance of cat videos on the internet, I think it is time to start calling the cats. I'm just saying.
No, but
kick devil.
No, Squatch.
Kick devil.
Exactly. Same thing here in South London. So where I live, we have 2 massive big parks, and there's a lot of deer, and they actually go and murder them every 4 years. They kill them.
Well, the deer don't have any natural predators there, do they?
No, because it's a contained area, and if they start breeding, you need to contain the population and the eco environment. You can't have too many of them.
Yeah, 100%.
Well,
and normally,
this was a process.
Natural predator would take care of that, but if they don't have those, then they'll breed out of control.
This was a process that happened over the course of a couple thousand years, in that we exterminated all of the predators in British territory.
Yeah, good job.
Yeah. They took out bears.
No, actually,
fuck them, that's why.
Listen. There was a point in time in history when a man could leave from New York walking with nothing more than a piece of side beef and have good potable water, not worry about predators. Highwaymen were the worst thing he'd come across, and he could eat American chestnuts all the way to Florida. And that's because of the way the British wiped out the fucking predators when they showed up.
Yeah. All right, let's get into this. Abe, you want to preface
make the world human again?
Show him what he's working with.
That too. You want to preface this, because we're gonna get to your thing here.
Show him.
There's a whole bunch of these.
There you go.
I think they speak for themselves.
All right. So on the channel here, if you've been around for a minute, you probably are familiar with this guy already. His name's Jake Monroe. He's a British dude, I think, living in Northern Ireland. Calls himself Goth Daddy on Twitter, which is a whole thing. He's recently been on, like, Tim Pool. I think he was on what's Stuttering Craig's podcast called again? I can't remember.
Stuttering Craig.
It has something to do with gaming. Anyway, he was on that recently. Yeah. Side Scrollers. He was on Side Scrollers not too long ago.
Yeah.
Been sort of bouncing around the internet, and he has been doing a lot of live streaming himself. You can find him on YouTube under Jake Monroe. He's the only one, as far as I know.
Cinevi is actually going to become a regular on that show now.
Fair enough. But anyway, yeah, he's been saying a lot of stuff about Muslims and women and Britain. And Abe's creaming himself over it.
Oh, fuck off. You introduced me to him.
I know.
Abe, can you control yourself for the next, minute and 40 seconds? Just
no guarantees after 38 seconds.
Okay.
No flogging the Little Ranger.
And we should be good.
Amelia is a symbol, a powerful one, but not the most powerful one. You know who the most powerful symbol of patriotism is? There. And she's not AI. She's real.
I agree 100%. That man's so fucking point. That's the girl that was defending her sister.
Yeah.
She's 12 years old and was carrying a hatchet and a butcher knife to defend her sister on the walk home. Some crap like that.
Yeah, and she was doing a whole bunch of things before any of this happened, because she comes from a family of folks who, well, it's Scotland, so they do.
That sounded kind of ist, honey.
To be fair,
so you know.
I think in the moment that they're referring to here, that's not really relevant. Like
it's not.
The point was that there were unsavory types doing bad things to white little girls in Britain, and she stood up to him, and that's awesome.
Yeah.
Brave Scottish warrior. When she had been let down, betrayed, and disappointed by every single person in her life, all the adults that she knew, her mother, her father, the police, the government, everyone in this girl's life fucking failed her. They allowed aggressive, violent immigrants into her neighborhood, the place where she should have been playing with her friends, the place that she should have been living her innocence out as a young teenager. Instead was an environment where, in her desperation, she raised a knife and an axe in the face of adversity, in the face of an aggressive, violent outsider in her land. And despite the overwhelming odds.
So Ardent brings up the point, surprisingly, it wasn't a grooming gang that was after this girl. They were Romanian. So I kind of get where you're going with this, but you're talking about the same Romania that has been infamous for child trafficking ever since Ceausescu.
Mm-hmm.
Right? Like, I mean, they buy and sell babies constantly. They steal kids from their own families and sell them to Americans looking to adopt.
Yeah,
Like,
and that's
Romania
also
is full of shit like this.
And that's also the thing of the left does is they'll sit there and say you don't like foreigners because they're brown people. No, I don't care if you're white and foreign. If you're not gonna adhere to the laws and rules of our country, get the fuck out. I don't care what skin color you are.
Yeah. Fuck them.
So, like, I mean, in the end, I don't really think it matters where this these people were from, you know, because the same result was going to end up happening.
Yeah.
That's all I had.
Okay.
And despite the consequences of doing so, she defended herself and her sister. This girl here is the face of patriotism, is the symbol of reclamation of England, of Britain. So while Amelia is a fun meme and most certainly is responsible for normalizing and propagating the concept of national pride and patriotism for England, this, however, this little girl who is real, who suffered real consequences because of this, for me at least, is the most genuine symbol of reclamation and patriotism. Amelia is a symbol.
Yeah.
And that, folks, is why Abe is all about his pale white man butt.
Okay,
you're gonna make like a salient point here.
Devil, I'm gonna take over from you and play devil's advocate. But okay, if this was a black girl that did that in the hood, because this girl was going around with her sister doing a lot of stuff, taking from people, stealing stuff, doing some nefarious shit. But now all of a sudden we are portraying her as some symbol.
Look,
her parents are a drug addict. They have, again, it's not her fault, but they have been going around doing some really bad shit.
None of that is relevant, though, to the incident.
Hold on. Let me ask you this. Like is she in a similar scenario? Right? If you're talking about like a black girl from the hood who was you know raised among criminality, and that's kind of the life that she knows and all that stuff, but some white dude was trying to entice her into a van and she pulled this shit, 100% I'd make a symbol out of her because she does the right thing in that moment.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to say that she's a good person. I'm saying, yeah, on that moment, in that one thing, she represents what all women in the UK have to put up with, that they're, you know, going to be victimized by choices made by bad politicians that are selfish and pieces of shit. And so, yeah, she's a good representation then. Not saying she's a good person. She could be the worst person on earth. But that particular moment.
Yeah, in that moment, she was a local girl standing up to foreign invaders.
Yeah.
And when they went to arrest her, they didn't arrest her for the other stuff. They arrested her for that.
Yeah.
No, they arrested her before that a couple of times.
No, but I'm saying, but you keep bringing up other times. We're talking about that. When they came and put cuffs on her, it was because she was carrying weapons. To sit there and say that she should have just been a victim because you're not allowed to carry a hatchet to, you know, protect your virtue is ridiculous to me.
And that's kind of my point.
So
people should be free to defend themselves.
We should be free to defend ourselves, because I do feel not safe.
Especially because bobbies in England are pussies.
And some of them are actually active participants in this shit. Some of the law enforcement are actively participating in this awful shit.
Yeah. You know, we were talking about culling animals before.
Mm-hmm.
There you go.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah. So, next clip.
Civil war on the streets. And this is not going to end well. Britain is not in the process of being invaded. It has been invaded, and not a shot was fired. A lot of people were stabbed. None of them, a lot of us. There's going to be civil war in the streets, and it's going to be the sleeper cell Islamic State, the Islamic Brotherhood, versus what is left of Brits, what is fucking left of them. And white men will be having to throw their white women aside to get to these fuckers. Because our women are gonna try and stop this from happening. You fucking know they're gonna. Not all of them, but they're all going to be our own white English women.
Wow.
Can you just imagine like that scene from Braveheart where he's seen there talking about, and if he was here, he'd throw lightning bolts from his ass, but it's freaking Abe on the horse. Trying to get all the Brishmen psyched up.
Full Green Ranger regalia.
Yeah. And if Abe was here, he'd shoot lightning bolts from his arse.
Consume the English with fire bolts from his eyes.
Why?
And, yeah, on the back of his horse, just like the one dude in the Road Warrior, where the dog of war has the little feminine dude on the back of his motorcycle. There's this guy on the back of Abe's horse.
Yeah, or no, Peter Jackson's thing where they go on the war pigs.
All right.
Mm-hmm.
Oh my
Trying
God.
to get.
But can I just point something out again? Going back to this is AI, because the guy's tattoos changed. I've noticed this from the one clip that you played before to now he has a different tattoo on his hand. This is AI.
Well, you know, it's not. He does.
It's not
live
AI.
streams that he did recently in the last week.
Yeah.
What if it's a filter? Like he's just a normal looking dude.
could
he
be
has
that.
like on a goth filter
I
or
think
something.
that's it. Yeah.
It could be that.
Because the amount of time it would take to put that amount of makeup on.
He also changes his makeup from day to day. So
yeah.
I mean, I've been on a stream with you, Sam and Dev, and you guys where when we were talking about the crow, and I had to like put on so much white face, even though I am really pale and white. And I had to look like a goth, and it took me hours. So no, this is AI. This is some filter.
if you say so.
In the way of us fighting back. They're so brainwashed into believing that white man bad, bring in more browns. And this is what happens when you allow women to make too many fucking decisions on this kind of level about these types of things. It's not their fault. It's genetically programmed. Whatever satisfies that feminine urge to sacrifice yourself on the altar of something that is unable to look after itself, right? Which are these fucking savages. They can't do that. We've seen their countries. They're falling to shit. They're made of literal shit. And these women go, oh, without us, they can't survive. They're like our children. They're like our children. I have to protect them.
That's painful truth right there, bud.
Yeah.
Yeah. He's I mean, look,
suicidal empathy.
And to be fair, it ain't every woman that he's talking about here, but he is talking about a significant portion of them that will absolutely side against their own men for foreign interests.
White liberal women. Bane
Nearly all of them are white liberal women. Yeah, you know.
I think the world went to hell when they developed underwater Inuit basket weaving as a specialist course. Gender studies may have
Indeed, Aaron Laura. You know, look, and I think there are plenty of sensible women out there who want to fight against us. There just ain't enough of them.
Yeah. They're growing in number, though.
Well, the funny thing is, it doesn't take but one. And in this case, she wasn't even real. Amelia, who was designed as a game to teach people not to become radicalized by the right wing. I think I said that wrong. By the right wing. Somehow became the face of the entire concept of being British and white and maybe Christian or Protestant or whatever, you know.
Well, it's because once again the left totally fails to understand how the right processes. Like, it's the meme thing, right? They give us material thinking that it's somehow gonna be used against us, and then we make it into a meme and use it against them, right?
Yeah.
It's the same thing with her. They thought that they had some. Oh, well, we're gonna own them. Nope, we owned you, and we did it with your own shit.
But no, it's like, okay, I watched a movie recently called The Princess, right? And it's the girl bossiest bullshit you've ever seen in your life. It's Die Hard with a chick. Is
that about me?
It's so probably so possibly 75, maybe 85-pound dripping, soaking wet girl literally carves her way through an army of big tough guys. And it's so hilarious that there's no way it wasn't made.
So
ironic.
it was about Anna. Damn.
Maybe. Yeah. I can't say it ain't.
I'm still recovering from the fact that Sasquatch clicked on and watched a movie called Princess.
Oh no!
I think he was perhaps hoping for something else.
When I was on vacation, they have a different cable service there, and like random shit just flips across the screen if it goes into screensaver mode, and it'll show you movies that are coming out. And I come across The Princess, and it was like her dressed up in a pretty little princess dress, and then she busts out the sword and starts beating up some big badass. And I was like, oh, I gotta watch that. So when I stumbled across it on Tubi, I was like, God, it's Die Hard for chicks. It's great. It's so bad.
The movie.
Maybe. I'm not saying it's not.
Is it like Sisu Part 2, Feminine Boogaloo?
Okay. You know the story. Everyone knows the story.
I love it. It's so good.
Everyone knows the story. Damsel in distress, trapped in a tower, who needs a hero to come save her, right?
And then she whips out an AK and starts going, fuck you.
No, it's so much better. This chick uses her handcuffs. She dislocates her thumb, pops off her handcuffs, uses them to beat up the two guys that are supposed to be keeping her in here, takes one of them's sword, kills both of them, and then makes her escape out of the tower. And I swear to God, the whole thing looks like a Prince of Persia game. It's hilarious.
Jesus, dude, I think you've just sold me on this movie.
Is there any animals that are on drugs? Because then you've got Sam as a viewer.
You know what? I'm still waiting to see Crackoon. I haven't seen that shit yet. I'm still waiting for it.
Yeah.
Can I get dibs on
that? Is it gonna top Meth Gator though? Or Cocaine Bear?
I also want to see a movie. This is not coming out to the best of my knowledge, but it's something that I thought about a couple of years ago when all this was more relevant. I want to see a movie called Shroom Sharks.
Wait a second. Hold on. These are extra dimensional sharks that can only be perceived by people on a certain species of mushroom, and they can only hurt you if you can perceive them.
That's one way of looking at it. I was thinking more that all of that, but it's happening in his
awesome.
head because he ate a bunch of mushrooms.
Well, yeah, no, you never actually define that part.
They both work.
I don't know, dude. See, the problem is when you're on mushrooms, things that are there are still there. It's not that they're not there, right?
Yeah.
So, like, you can tell
just more vibrant.
When the shark comes out of the sky and eats someone who's not on mushrooms, they don't die and like, oh my God, they're still standing there, right? So instead, it only affects the people who are on the mushrooms. You can die if the shark attacks you. It's got to be a giant rainbow shark.
Yeah, definitely got to be a giant rainbow shark. And
Baby
also,
shark,
like you mentioned meth monkey. I would raise you mescaline monkey.
That's good. That's pretty good. I like it. We can work with that. I've been thinking since
Just
there's
a
so
monkey tripping balls for 2 hours.
I was thinking since there's so many wild animal parks down in Florida, we could probably pull off some flock of lion.
All right.
I mean, where is the Tiger King? Flock of tiger? Nah, doesn't really roll off the tongue.
Jesus, cocaine chimp would be a nightmare.
Yes.
I mean, I'm pretty
That'd
sure
be a
if you
pure
check
horror
NASA
movie.
records, I'm pretty sure if you check NASA records, you can find out exactly what cocaine chip.
Cocaine chimp was actually a real story with the chick that had a chimp. Yep.
We should make our own movie. We can call it LSD Lizard.
It's called Where the Buffalo Go.
Yeah, he's just a gecko that's out there for 2 hours.
LS
tripping
dinosaur.
balls and we can't tell.
Hold on, I like that. Hey, we've got another villain for our comic. LS Dinosaur from the past. They tripped his way to the future.
Can he be a Dilophosaur?
I don't give a fuck, dude. Down.
Abe and I and the Follozy, we watched a thing called Jurassic Games where the dinosaurs looked like they were on drugs.
Oh yeah,
it's the worst film I've ever watched.
And they had lasers and all sorts of shit.
That sounds
it was
awesome.
mental.
Dude, direct me to it.
Yeah.
All right. Next clip.
If Lo wins and institutes mass deportations, do you think that you'll see riots like we've seen in Minnesota?
I mean, honestly, that question opens up a very large subset of more questions, or even just a very, very interesting set of answers. Because I think what you're going to see is whenever there is the, not the selective deportations of those who have come in illegally, but I mean the mass remigration of these people. And also those that own passports, the hotels being closed, Islam and Muslims being rejected in its entirety. And not just that, not just the active deportations. No one is accommodating them. No one is appeasing them. No one is giving them an inch. That is primarily how they operate their invasion, right? You have to remember that there's already radicalized Islamists within the UK. So much so that even the UAE thinks that, right? What you're going to see is you're going to see a quote unquote civil rights movement for Muslims and Pakistanis whenever this starts happening. Rupert Lowe winning is not the end. That's where it starts. The second Rupert starts.
But yeah, the whole people don't have borders movement, that concept of open borders is that very thing.
Well, the UK has actually just appointed a new head of a department for opposing Islamophobia.
Well, here's the thing. The question the girl or whoever the hell, because it's a robotic voice asking it, the question, there's not as much opposition as everybody wants to believe. We've already established that a lot of this opposition to ICE and stuff like in Minnesota is being bought and paid for. It's not true outrage. The vast majority of people at this particular moment are ready for mass deportations and this to be over. Probably the same thing in England. If you ask all those people, not on camera in front of, where they're like afraid to lose their job or get arrested or something, but you ask them in private, are you sick and tired of what's happening to your country? The vast majority of them will be like, yeah. It's so I think that you have to understand a lot of this. Oh, we don't like ICE, and oh, we support foreigners taking over our country and bullshit like that is actually all paid for, manufactured with a group of leftists who make their living off of causing this shit. So
yeah.
Once we stop those people, once we find a way to cut off the funding to them so Soros and all those assholes can't sit there and pay their bail and give them money to pay rent and shit while they go out and protest, it'll change. Because, you know, they have no problem sitting there throwing bottles and cussing and shit when they're getting money. When it turns out they can't afford their, you know, freaking matcha tea and shit because they're not getting money from Soros, then they're going to go back to work and actually go make a living because they'll have to.
Do you like bubble tea?
Boba? Like boba?
Bubble.
I've never heard of bubble tea. What is bubble tea?
Bubble and boba are used synonymously.
Okay, then yeah, but boba tea, I've had it. I'm not a big fan of it, but I've had it.
Mm-hmm.
It seemed a little gay, so
it's very gay. It's like brown sugar milk, and they're all like, "It's tea."
Somebody's balls in your mouth, dude. Stop it.
Yeah.
Drop a straw in that shit. Suck it
I
down.
ever
You
got to
fake
that
bastard.
shit was that time that that Nomi came on the channel right after she had, you know, almost choked to death on it.
I don't go out of my way. I've had it like twice, and it was because other people are like, "Let's get some." I'm like, "Okay, whatever."
I got some a while ago, but I still haven't bothered with it. I thought I'd try it. I still haven't.
No.
I'm not against trying new stuff, but I mean, it's like I said,
I'm
it's
kind
not
of
my
with
fucking-
Arden
I
on
like
this.
iced tea.
Who the fuck puts tapioca in tea?
Asians.
Asians put everything in tea.
That's exactly the thing. That's why I'm not. No, I have no interest in that. I don't understand why anyone would.
I'm just happy they don't put like other shit. Like I'm surprised they're not like, we'll put red beans in there. Why? Because it's all like they do in ice cream. It's all like, what the fuck are you doing? So,
yeah.
I don't know. I haven't had a cup of regular tea since since I quit doing drugs. So that was 20 some odd years ago.
Oh, I love iced tea. I drink iced tea all the time.
Iced tea is gay.
My you know what?
Warm tea is gay.
A lot of my family is from the South, and they're all about that iced tea. I'm not from the South. I don't fucking like this shit.
What you want is a nice warm cup of tea.
I'm an Okie
with a splash of milk.
People are
I
from
don't want
Oklahoma,
any
so
tea. I don't really like tea. You know, it's just leaf juice. It's boiled leaf juice.
It's just dirty leaf juice.
It's amazing leaf juice.
Honey
Except
is
when
bee
it's
vomit.
warm.
Fuck you.
With your little fucking teacup and your thumb, the pinky up and shit. Talking about
Bro,
fuck off,
You dick motherfucker.
So coffee is dirty bean water. It's burnt bean water, right?
Yes, it is.
Yeah.
Me
Dirty
and me on the pub, we
Burnt
should have
bean
like a
water.
straight out
I don't drink
debate
coffee
between me and Abe on hot tea versus cold tea. And we'll just have it won't be like a debate, it'll just be us cussing at each other.
Actually, I say we do that. Just film it for posterity's sake.
Yeah.
Just puts on the internet.
Yeah, we should just do that. Fuck it, that's next week's pub.
There you go.
I'm gonna be out of town that day.
You got to be the moderator. Stuff.
No matter what you drink, if you warm it in a microwave, you have forgotten the face of your father.
Yes.
Yeah.
You fucking warm tea up in a microwave or even water. Get in the gulag. Get in the fucking gulag.
Even in the gulag, they make tea the right way.
Yeah. That's how they learn, Anna. That's how they'll learn. Fucking microwaving.
All the dudes in the gulag are sitting there like this.
You actually own a kettle. Do you own a kettle?
Not in our
Boil the
prisons, you don't.
kettle. I'm coming home now.
Yeah.
Boil the kettle.
This is American prison. We had to take those away from people. They were using them for weapons.
Yeah.
You know that's true.
They be bashing the other prisoners' heads in with the kettle, just like girls do with those big pink cups they get.
And that was if
Oh,
they were being nice.
That's not why they were removed. The reason they were removed is because it comes with the ability to boil water, and they were throwing it on each other and guards and stuff.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
So one asshole. I think this made it go away. One asshole took a bunch of Jolly Ranchers and put it in the fucking kettle.
Oh no!
Oh, dude, yeah. And then after that, there were no more kettles in the prisons. It's all like Mr. Coffee.
At least if they freaking threw hot water on the guards, it'll wash the cup of shit they just threw on the guard off.
Yeah.
All right.
Kick devil.
Let's
devil.
No, shut up. Let's continue this.
Implementing this heavy-handed anti-migration, this remigration, this deportation. They're not going to be like, oh, okay, I guess we'll back up and we'll go home then. They're not going to do it. Okay? They're here to invade. They're here to invade, to turn England into Englandistan. That's what they're trying to do. So they're not going to retreat and just lose. They're going to be like, well, there's a lot of us here, actually, so we're just going to go in the streets.
Yeah, you know what's funny is I heard the wildest fucking take earlier where somebody was saying, "No, the U.S. just exports chaos and refugees and destruction," and I'm like, "That's rich coming from a fucking Pakistani account."
Sorry, the U.S. exports refugees?
That's what it said.
I mean, there were
that is retarded.
Sam, do you see the message in the private chat?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, it started a while ago. So that's why I was trying to get to the video. So we got sidetracked with molten sugar and fucking tea. But yeah, no. Look, I'm not saying that Homeboy doesn't make some good points. He does. He makes some excellent fucking points. He seems to have a pretty solid head on his shoulders for the most part.
On this topic, at least.
I don't really have a problem with his leaning more and more nationalist because I think, frankly, everybody on Earth could stand to be a little bit more fucking nationalist.
Yes.
You know?
Absolutely.
You should 100% stand for the country that you're from, in my opinion. You know, otherwise, what's the point in having one?
Have some fucking pride, people.
You know, I just think I also happen to agree with them that Pakistanis should simp for Pakistan in Pakistan.
Yeah. Yeah.
You know, it's fine.
It's funny how they don't seem to do that, though.
Right. You know,
yeah, they seem to want to do it everywhere else.
Well, it's the same thing with the Mexicans here. You'll have Mexicans will be seen there waving a Mexican flag, saying Mexico is the greatest country on earth. And they're like, why aren't you still there?
Right?
Yeah.
Go like here out of a lot of them in this case, like if they bother to fucking respond in English at all, la raza, you know, they go on and on about the people, which by the way is it doubles as a as a slogan that's used by cartels, but whatever. You know, it I think you're just gonna kind of get that everywhere, and it's not all fucking Mexicans. It's really not. But yeah, there's some who will come here and they will be like, oh, I'm going to leech off the system and bitch about it the entire time and say like, oh, Mexico is better than the United States. Like, why the fuck did you leave then?
Yeah.
You know? It's like, first of all, we both know that that's bullshit. Why did you leave? So,
and if you move to a place and you try to make it like the place that you left,
yeah,
why did you leave in the first place?
Right. I want to take those people and go, and they're all like, Mexico is so much better than the United States. I want to be like, okay, can you come say that to this immigration judge who you know, you were telling you're afraid for your life and you can't go back to Mexico. Oh God, no.
Mm-hmm. You know, and look, I mean, if you got a legit case, right? I don't have a problem with like with asylum seekers. I really don't. My problem is the abuse of the asylum seeking system, especially when you're crossing fucking oceans, when you're supposed to only go as far as the third least hostile country, if that far at all.
Yeah.
You know, you're supposed to you go to the next country. If that's not safe, the
That's
next
why
country,
I
the
had
next
such
one,
a
and that's
soft
where it
shoulder
is.
for Haitians, right?
Yeah. But after that,
go ahead.
we get dude, we're getting you refugees from Ukraine, right?
Done.
And from Russia, both. Like Russia is sort of adjacent to the US. There's a bit of an ocean between us, but it's not very far. But like Ukraine's in the middle of another goddamn continent on the other side of the planet.
Yeah.
Well,
They have
thing
other
that,
places to go.
The thing that pisses me off is if it really was about helping people that are refugees, then and obviously I have no pure love for Christians, but right now there are Christians in multiple countries around this world that are being slaughtered by Muslims because of their religion, having a legitimate argument for being able to be refugees. And it's funny, the left has no, we don't need to bring them over here. What are you talking about? Muslims, yes, but not the Christians they're slaughtering at mass numbers. No. If it really was about helping people who are in danger for their life, they'd be trying to get those Christians over here that are being slaughtered, but they're not. It's the same thing in South Africa with the Boers, right? They have no problem giving fucking Trump shit for bringing over white South Africans who are being slaughtered by the blacks. Why? Because their skin color. It's all bullshit. It's all fucking just crap.
Real quick, Sasquatch is going to dip out for a bit here, and we're gonna continue the discussion for a little while. But do you want to show before you go?
It might be 15 minutes. It might be 30. I don't know.
Okay. Well, we might end the show before then. So.
I got the blast radius tomorrow at 8 p.m. Eastern. Tune in, or you're one of those square people that don't fit in round holes.
Yeah. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Take care, Squatch.
We'll see you later, bud.
See you in a bit, bud.
Thanks for hanging out. Thanks for helping. And obviously, we're watching. Some of you are watching on his channel. You know where to find him already. But if you're on my channel, you can find the link to his channel down in the description below as well. So, but yeah, it's. I don't know, man. I think, like, I don't necessarily have an issue with, say, some of the Nigerians, for example, right? The Nigerians who've been getting fucking off left and right because they don't share the same religion. That kind of shit. Yeah, get those people the fuck out of there, right?
Mm-hmm.
I don't care what color they are. That's irrelevant. It should be irrelevant, you know. But and because nobody should be murdered because they don't agree with you, ever.
Yeah.
You know, and that's essentially what that shit is. You know,
except if they like hot tea.
No, not even then. Not even then. So it's just, but I think that we should, if we're going to have international suggestions that everybody abides by, right? And I say suggestions here, not laws, because they ain't fucking laws. But if we're going to abide by international agreements and all of that shit, then if we're going to do this asylum seeking thing, then we need to enforce how that works. We can't just take in everybody from any part of the world who wants to fucking get away from where they are. There have to be other countries willing to do that.
Larry, what do you think?
Shit, he really is napping.
Is he napping? Is he actually napping? Yeah. So, like, we were kidding, dude.
Aaron called it.
No, he's trying to be more present for these streams, but it is the middle of the afternoon and he does.
No, actually, I was actually putting my kids to sleep. I just came back downstairs. But yeah, I don't care. If there's a real need, then yeah. But if you're coming over here and trying to make America like your home, that tells me that you were here to invade. You didn't come here for a better life. Somebody sent you here.
Absolutely.
Look, I understand trying to go to a country you perceive as better than your country, more financially, beneficial to you and all. I have a problem with you doing it, but I understand it. It's the bullshit that we try to give them this cover of saying that, all these people coming over from this country are all fighting age males, but somehow we're, poor families. No, they're all
China
males who are
looking at
coming
you.
over here. Yeah, they're all coming over here to make money and send it home. And like I said, I get that.
Yeah.
But don't sit there and try to sell me that it's poor families that just want a better life and shit. No, it's some dude trying to make better money. Let's be honest with what's happening.
No, and I'm good with that too.
So
but
about that culling,
we also got to draw a distinction between, and this is where the left doesn't draw distinctions, right? There is a difference between somebody who is trying to immigrate to a country, which you can do from wherever you are, but you got to go through the proper channels if you're trying to immigrate, versus somebody who's trying to either sneak in or use diplomatic channels by claiming asylum
and then commit crimes.
Yeah,
and get away with it.
You know, like that's the problem. Is like if you want to immigrate, fine, go through the proper channels. We'll work something out.
It's like even in Britain, like it's not even a race thing. We have people who came over on the Windrush, and people that are, you know, they're in the like 70s now, from places like Pakistan. They're complaining the same way.
Yeah, you know,
they hate what England has become.
It's like the people who left California because of the shitty policies they voted in, who are complaining now because Austin's turning into Little Cali.
Yeah.
Austin's been Little Cali. They've been Little Cali.
Well, I think it goes back to what we started the stream with about the realization of what is true, the morals, the values people have. And everybody has maybe a different religion, right? Or different interests. But in order to get along, you have to come to some sort of consensus, because otherwise society just goes into anarchy and you breed this weird denomination of people who are just angry at everything. And they go out there and they throw, shit at I'm talking about Antifa, or other people who are trying to break society and change things when it comes to what we see on television, when it comes to the news, or what we see when it comes to video games or any kind of media. There needs to be some sort of like consensus. Do we want to all of us live a good life where everybody is happy, kids are protected, people are safe, walking on the streets after midnight, not even after midnight, after whenever it goes dark, because I don't go out of my house after it's dark. I can't. I don't feel safe.
Yeah.
Or do we build a society where my feelings matter so much? My feeling. Well, I feel like I'm going to stab you today. Okay.
That's what happened. So I guess that's the way people wanted to go.
Sam, could you bring this link up?
No, that's why I had Sasquatch here. He's not here.
Damn it.
I would like to, but it's not going to work. I've already had enough tech issues today.
All right. Do you want me to
I'm
try?
still here, Sam.
That's right. Yeah.
Go ahead.
This is the last one.
If you share your screen
the YouTube
and you
one.
play it, it should.
Well, that's what I'm about to do.
Just do a screen share, and then you play it, and then we don't have to worry about it being on Sam's internet.
That's the plan.
Yeah.
Yeah. Share screen.
I want to see a compilation one day of all of Larry's doots.
That was just Jimmy Carr.
Yeah.
Try any advice for immigrants? Try and blend in.
Well, yeah.
Yeah.
And I kind of mean that as a joke, and I literally fucking mean that. I think everyone is in favor of multiculturalism. Everyone loves the idea of multiculturalism, but no one likes the idea of balkanization. One woman's impressed with her knowledge of the term balkanization. I'll explain to this guy. Well, like, you don't want people to come and bring their country here. You want people to come because they want to be part of this.
Yes.
Right? It's an amazing place.
Okay.
And you're founded on that. You're founded by very high agency people. Think about fucking 100 years ago getting on a boat somewhere or coming over a thing. We should fucking welcome people here, but they've got a fucking, we'll be all right. It's a big hot topic here. Fucking hell. But it's what happens if reasonable people won't police your borders, then unreasonable people will. It's not a rally.
Eventually.
I'm not trying to get your votes. Fuck it.
What advice you got? So about that culling.
You've got an American wife. What?
I'm British.
You're British? No. I've only heard 4 words come out. Well, how long have you been here, sir?
Since 1995.
Since 1995. You're not British anymore. The fuck are you talking about? This place is a melting pot, and you, my friend, have been melted. No, good on you. Fucking enjoy it. Have you got the American passport now?
Yes.
Well, you can stop fucking her then.
Yeah, okay. No, that's funny, but this is the same guy who was the biggest lefty.
Fucking
like
move
10
on.
years ago.
Sure.
This is the biggest guy who was the biggest lefty 10 years ago. So don't bullshit me here. No.
And
No, but
it's so funny that him and Frankie Boyle have sort of switched positions
Right?
in the comedy world.
Well, it's the same thing with a lot of comedians here in the United States, like Seinfeld. Seinfeld is a lefty completely, but he sees some of the problems. It's kind of, I get what you're saying, Anna, and I 100% agree. I hate when these like far lefties all of a sudden get this change of heart, and you're like, yeah, where were you freaking 10 years ago when you were calling us all Nazis, you pricks? But I also get that at a certain point, even the most ardent leftist will go, wait, okay, that's a little weird, and start questioning it. So it's probably that. I don't think he changed positions. I think his party just got left behind, which is happening with a lot of people on the left. Is they're like, yeah, I'm classic liberal, and yeah, now it's Ocasio-Cortez's party, and I don't feel like I belong there either. So they're not really Republicans. They're not really conservative. They're just not that. So
I think there's a fair amount to be said for that too. Because like you remember like for example, Candace Owens is the dumbest psycho out there right now, right? Flat out, right? It wasn't that long ago where she was touted as the sweetheart of the conservative movement when she was still working for the Daily Wire. Everybody fucking loved her. They loved her takes. So let's not pretend that they didn't. And it wasn't that long before she got hired at the Daily Wire where she was compiling lists of conservatives to hold them accountable.
Yeah.
And by hold them accountable, I mean re-education camps.
I've never trusted Candace Owens since day one. Right. I saw the debate between her and Blair White on Dave Rubin's channel, where Blair pointed out how she created that doxing site because
Dave
she
Rubin's
was a leftist.
Another one who moved from the left.
Yep.
You know, and as far as that goes,
never trusted her.
I think Candace Owens is probably the clearest example of what you're talking about when you say you hate when people are suddenly this other thing, right? And I get it, because if they are in fact grifting, which by the way is saying things you don't mean for money, it's a very specific definition. It does not apply to everybody on the internet, as Twitter likes to think it does. But she could be a very clear example of that. However, we can't be left. We need to extend some grace because sometimes people change their minds.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah. I'm fine with. Yeah. If you're not, I don't like the crazy left. I am fine with the left. I'm fine with people who disagree with me. You know, long as you're a good person, I don't care too much about, you know, if you agree with this or that. I hate people who are so ardently on one side that they're willing to commit. Yeah, there's the word. That they're willing to hurt people because they disagree with them. I may joke about punching Nancy Pelosi in the face, but if I had her in front of me, I wouldn't hit the woman. They would literally hurt us.
She's ancient. She'd crumble to dust.
I don't know, devil.
Everything but
well,
those,
I would
like,
have
memories.
I would have to pry. I would have to pry Shaka Zulu off of her first because he's mauling her.
All he's interested in are the memories, and they'll survive. They're synthetic
that
anyway.
saggy wreck. Come on.
No, I am not. I'm not climbing Wrinkle Mountain. I'm not doing it. It's not happening. But they would literally hurt us. They would literally hurt us. I have no doubt if you had some of these far leftists in a room and they, because I've been up to Oregon. I live right here on the border and stuff like that. I've been up high enough and I've seen enough of these freaking Antifa people. I have no doubt that if they knew my political opinions and they caught me out somewhere, they would curb stomp me. It's
100%.
So
which is why, going back to an earlier statement, it is important that everybody is armed and trained to use firearms. Because and like, I'm not saying that you should start shit. I'm saying you need to be prepared in case shit comes to you, because it will at some point come to you.
Man, I miss the world pre-2000.
Mm-hmm.
Everybody does, but we can't go back to it.
Yeah.
Yeah, you're gonna have to let that go.
So what do we do?
We adapt and we move forward.
We're just
we go on your Anna, we go on your website and start listening to some of your songs.
We our own planet, or do we have an actual Federation space?
A united federation of sorts.
Mm-hmm.
Look, this is my take. A lot of stuff is going on, and what I'm seeing right now is, while you have leftists out there that are attacking conservatives and saying that, that if you're a white man or you're a conservative Christian and all this crap, that you're the biggest threat to not just the country but the world. But now you're seeing Muslims popping up in different states, and now they're saying, "Oh, we run this and we're in charge." And I mean, shoot, Texas just their state just had to pass a law to ban Sharia because they found out that our tax money was going to Muslim a nonprofit that built a city like 80 miles outside of Dallas, and it was going to be a Muslim city, and it was going to be enforced by Sharia.
We had the same thing in the UK. Only yesterday there was an article that came out that said that 95 million pounds was from taxpayer money was sent to set up mosques and other things like that. Why am I paying for this?
Right, and the same thing was happening with Japan. Japan's government just kicked a bunch of them out. So it's like all around the world they're trying to pull this takeover, and I almost said it's like the Jewish people, centuries ago, when they were getting kicked out of getting chased out of one country to the other. Well, now it's happening to the Muslims because people are waking up and they're starting to see what they're doing. They're like, hey, wait a minute. They're popping up here just like they don't like dogs. Some lady got chased down the street by a Muslim dude last week because she had a dog with her. He was trying to kick her dog and everything.
Yep.
See, in that case, you don't kill a dog. You let it bite.
Well, it was a little dog. And then they were trying to, I think, Virginia, they were trying to outlaw dogs and stuff. And so people are now, they're realizing, hey, wait a minute. These fools.
They brought that shit up in New York City, man. It was one of the very first things Montani wanted to do.
Look at what just happened. They were having an anti-Muslim protest in New York City yesterday, and two Muslim kids ran up yelling "Allah Akbar" and started throwing smoke bombs and Molotov cocktails at them, and then tried to run away, and they got caught. They were running from the protesters, and they ran right into the New York Police Department. But see, they're bold because they think Mondani is gonna get them out of everything.
Now, I'm sitting here and I'm thinking to myself, what exactly is the New York Police Department in its current state going to do? Are they prepared to do anything, or are they just going to sit there and fucking watch?
Well,
what do they do now?
Well, hold on. Let me finish. With judging by the spears that they hit them with, I'd say plenty. Because
are you calling them spear chuckers, Larry?
No, I'm saying that they got football tackled. They got speared. Literally, they got speared and dragged. Those cops were not playing with them yesterday.
Well, then good.
Yeah,
Finally,
I've
some
seen
cops
more.
in New York
I've
doing their
seen more of
jobs.
that in Europe as well. I've seen in Germany. There's been a lot of videos like the Instagram reels and everything, and also in the UK in Manchester when there was that massive protest, and the police were not taking any shit from these guys. They were beating them. They were like, "No, you're throwing something at me." Literally, that is against the law. You keep punching me. I'm standing there and with my shield, I'm trying to give you the chance to walk away. But no, you keep doing this to me. No, but when it also involves animals, horses who are trained, and you all know I love riding horses who are trained for this, police horses, and they start beating the horses up. No, I would get off that horse and I would punch the fuck out of that person and put him in handcuffs and take him to jail.
Here's the thing, Larry.
Sorry, yeah.
It's okay. The cops spearing them, that's great, but it's not just the cops. It has to go all the way up. It doesn't matter if you arrest 1,000 of these criminals, if they go up to the DA and the DA says let him go. It doesn't matter.
And that's what's been the reoccurring problem is the DAs aren't prosecuting them.
Yeah.
That's been the running, the running
or
problem.
when they do prosecute them, they go before a judge who just commutes some bullshit. Yeah.
If there's no consequences, there's nothing stopping people from doing bad.
And that's what I'm kind of saying here. Like Arden Party's saying, when the actual cops get sick of this shit, they will stop it. I would agree. If there were any actual cops left in fucking New York, almost all of them quit after the Summer of Love, and you only got the fucking bootlickers left.
Yeah, and and the other thing too that these DAs and these judges aren't looking at is eventually the people are just going to say, okay, so you're not going to do anything about them. Okay, fine, we are. Good luck getting somebody to arrest them and trying to charge them with vigilantism. You guys are causing it.
Yeah, that's exactly it. People only take stuff so far before they do stuff themselves. And if that's like the song "Do That in a Small Town" or whatever, right? That's exactly it. Eventually, people who aren't afraid to put something on the line will step in and do what the cops aren't. So if you have these lawless streets happening throughout this country, eventually you're going to have the citizenry pick up weapons, go out there and say, "Oh, you think you're going to?" And then, what are you going to? Who are you going to side with then?
Well, that's what happened in New York. I think like 2 months ago, Antifa showed up in a black neighborhood in New York and was trying to incite them to riot. And the black people walked out and they were just like, "This ain't your hood." They're like, "Do you know where you at?" And the Antifa they were all dressed up. They had their mask on, and they just got surrounded. You could tell they started getting scared because they were looking. They were surrounded by black people, and they were like,
the gentrifying protest now.
They're like, "This ain't your hood." You know where you at right now. They literally tell them, like, "You know where you at right now." They were like,
"Do you see any Mexicans here?"
They were like, "No, you better get up out of here. We about to whoop your ass." And the cops had to come and save them. That's the funny part. The cops had to come and tell the Antifa. They was like, "You better get out of here because if they get to jumping on you, we can't do nothing about it. We outnumbered." And they literally followed them and walked them out of their neighborhood. They was like, "No, you about to get out of here right now."
Yeah. So I don't know. We'll see. We'll see what happens, I guess. I think New York is lost.
For now, well, I don't think it's lost. I think what happened is good because people got to get a taste of what they voted for before they realize that they screwed up. I think it's because they are starting to see it. They're putting pressure on Kathy Hochul. All the people over there, they're getting tired of it. I see them on YouTube complaining every day, talking about they're gonna try to get Mondani out of office. They realize what's going on. And it sucks, but sometimes you gotta let people stick their finger in the electrical socket and let them get shocked.
Yep.
Well, here's the thing: is these places can only fall so far. They're not gonna completely shut down because they're too big of major ports of stuff coming into this country. But when you have Wall Street moving to Texas, because that's what they're doing. All these big Wall Street firms and stuff are buying property in Texas and they're going to leave. And that's when the financial leaves New York, they're going to be hit really hard. But there's still a big city, still, like I said, a major port and stuff. But what you can do is start looking for property, because in a couple years, property might be going a lot cheaper in these big cities. And so they might be taken over soon by people who aren't so crazy leftist. Because
everybody move to New York.
Well, the businesses will come back. The businesses will come back in and they'll buy up everything cheap, just like they're doing in Detroit right now.
Make New York and LA red.
Don't let
Detroit,
me start a,
when Detroit
don't let
fell,
me start in Michigan, Larry.
When Detroit fell, it was so bad that you could go to the state and just buy a house for $1.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And I was born in Detroit, so and I still got family there. I live 3 hours away from Detroit.
I'll be honest. I would love to see Detroit make a comeback.
It is making a comeback.
Yeah, but I mean, I'd love to see
Motor City, baby.
No, hold on. No. Listen, what I'm saying. It is. You can't even afford to live in downtown anymore, unless you're a millionaire. They're not advertising it, but you literally, it's even the South Side, which is the ghetto. They're over there buying up everything.
As long as they don't start calling it Delta City.
Because it's not a motor city no more. It's not blue collar. Now it's yuppies. Yuppies are buying it up. It's becoming this art house kind of fucking scene.
Well, actually the car plants have reinvested over there. Majority of my family work for them. In fact, I think my cousin she just got a job working for GM, making $90,000 a year.
No, but what's making it expensive is the yuppies.
Oh it's millionaires and companies. Yeah, they're going over there buying up.
It's not blue collar workers, the city of blue collar workers no more. Now they live outside of the city. The city is now being taken over by, like I said, coffee shops and artisan this and these freaking hipster bullshitters who are making the prices go up so much that now it's not a blue collar city. It's a white collar city with blue collar on the outskirts who go in there and work.
The west side of Detroit is still affordable. The east side, I mean, is very affordable, but who wants to live over there? I mean, it looks like, like Afghanistan, bombed out and depleted. So you don't want to live on the east side. But west side of Detroit is still affordable, but downtown and the suburbs, you can forget it. You forget it unless you got $500,000 to drop on a house.
See, this is why I live in the sticks.
Yeah.
Like, it's still not super cheap here, but everybody's packing heat, so
well, Devil needs to dip out.
Yep. I'm gonna
Why, you gotta go torture somebody?
No, I've got stuff I've got to get done. I stayed up. My girl was pulling an all-night shift. She takes care of old people, and so she was doing this shift where she literally had to watch like old people sleep so they didn't die in their sleep. And so I stayed up till 6 a.m, keeping her company. And so I got about 3 hours sleep before I had to get up and go to the damn gym. So yeah, I'm tired. I need to get stuff done and then get ready because she's got to pull another shift tonight. So
hey,
are you guys getting paid?
Cute. I like
only
it.
in sex.
When are you getting married?
Not for a while.
You already, I don't know why. I'll tell you what my Uncle T said to me. You're already in the trap. You're just squirming.
Yeah, but legally you still gotten out. So
yeah, that's exactly it. We'll see if I pull the ripcord. But I will see you guys later next week. Right. And yeah, bye.
Take care.
See you later, bud.
Have fun.
Yep.
So Devil's channel is Beelzebub. You can find the link for that in the description below on my channel as well. He does mostly just Beelzebub over there now, but if you go back, there's some really cool shit on that channel. Check it out. Also, he comes here when he can, so it is what it is. But I think we're probably gonna call it here soon ourselves anyway, because
it's already we're at 2.5 hours.
Well, it's less that and more that I've got a brewing situation that's going to need to be dealt with sooner rather than later.
All right.
So,
and that's fine. Well, also, Amira will not be on tonight. I checked; she's not going to be on tonight.
Okay.
Really,
I'm not worried about
it.
I got to take a shit.
Sam an excuse to play more games.
No, I mean, yeah, later, but after I deal with the brewing situation, which is going to be a lot more urgent here in a little bit. So.
Kaboom!
Yeah, it's
Hope
not
you got
going to
some
be good.
spray.
blow.
Hope you got some Febreze or something, Sam.
Oh, it's going to be
You
worse
should-
than that, buddy.
You
It's
shouldn't
gonna
have
be
ate
worse
that
than
burrito,
I never should eat burritos. They're not good to me.
but you still eat them, and you
Yes,
get them
'cause
from
they're
that
delicious.
and you get them from
Yeah.
that gas station around the corner.
No, I don't. No. I never, ever eat gas station food. No.
Mhm.
It's not-
Oh, but
it's-
Anna, while I got you on here, when are you gonna put an album together?
I'm sorry. Whenever I hear Toledo, I can't. I die.
What? What's that have to do
One
with
of the worst towns in the world.
What does that have to do with you putting out an album?
Oh no, I'll talk to you, my friend, behind the scenes. But
All right.
Toledo is like eating a burrito.
Toledo burrito.
Toledo's like 2 hours away from where I live, so I'm
Well,
like,
Toledo, Kansas, maybe, but Toledo, Spain's a little further out.
no, Toledo. There's another Toledo.
Ohio, yes.
Yeah.
Oh, is there? It's lesser
Yes.
known than.
No, it's very well known.
not outside of Ohio.
Well, not where you're at. Yes, it is. When I lived in California, I knew where Toledo, Ohio was. Everybody did.
If you say so. Everybody else
I know
talks about
so.
Kansas. Kansas,
I
Toledo,
know
Kansas
so.
is the big Toledo in the States.
No,
Okay, this is why I was laughing. I'm going to explain it. This is very simple. Even people who live in Toledo say that Venice,
Mm-hmm.
the canals in Venice smell like shit. Paris smells
'Cause
like
they're open
shit.
sewers.
Everybody
Mhm.
who lives in Toledo says it's shit. It just smells like shit.
People say that about Greeley, Colorado, too, but it actually
I
is shit that's
associated a burrito with
A Toledo
Samuel
burrito.
L's.
South Korea smells like it too because of the rice patties.
Fair enough. All right, and on that note, we're gonna go ahead and bounce out of here. Look at, hey Clifton, welcome in at the end.
Hello.
And let's just go around the horn. Abe, what do you got coming up, man?
Nothing.
Everything, everywhere, all at once.
Again,
Fine.
wherever I am, Abe is at.
Yeah. Find me, Abe is going to get you. Everywhere.
Mm-hmm.
Which is why Anna won't go outside at night.
Did he get a turban that I don't know about?
No, he's just gonna get her. Abe's gonna
He's going to get you.
Anyway.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Anna, did you have anything specific you wanted to show before we go?
Meow.
So no. I'll just go with no. No, it's fine. Sasquatch is actually not currently here. He had to run off. So he, like he said before he left, he's got blast radius, I think, tomorrow. And then I think there might be Naughty Corner later in the week. I don't know exactly what time that is, but those of you who follow his channel will probably already know and all that. And the link to his channel is in the description below. He does fun stuff, mostly in the panel verse, which is a terrible place to be, but it is what it is. Larry, do you have anything you want to show before we bounce out of here?
No.
Oh my God, we got Shadoo. Sorry, I just woke up. Oh,
Somebody else coming in at the fucking end of the show.
Uh-huh.
It's good to see you, kid.
Sorry if you're in the chat, Aaron or Gal. Gal's not in the chat.
hello,
Yeah.
Shadoo. I hope you stay alive.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, he's still in training right now. They haven't deployed him anywhere yet.
They'll get to it.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
Plenty for
How you
him to
doing,
do.
bud?
he's got some time left. But anyway, so is that also a no, Larry?
What?
Did you have anything you want to show?
No.
Okay, I'll just take that as a no. As for myself, it looks like if there's no Linus tonight, and Larry's saying that there isn't, and I believe him, then I don't know. In a while, we'll start up with some more Stellar Blade here on this channel. We got Abyssal Musings next Friday, game streams leading up to that, probably. Beelzebub after that, and back here for more Screaming into the Void. Thank you guys for watching. Thanks for hanging out over on Sasquatch's channel, even though he bounced out of here a little bit ago. We appreciate all of you. Thanks for coming. This has been a fun time. It's been a good time for the most part, and we'll see y'all next time. And remember, it could always be worse. It could be raining flaming covers. Bye, everybody.
Bye.
Bye.